Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is Speak of the Joker, and today we're continuing Citizen Sleeper 2. If this is the first time you've tuned in, that's okay. You can watch what part are we on? 3 or 4? This game's going a little long. This is part 3 for us. This is a dice-driven RPG. You play as a robot with a human mind, and your human consciousness is off somewhere. And essentially, they make you as like a slave, and we escaped, and we're sort of on the run from like a gangster who we also escaped from. Today, we are wearing our newest merch. This is version 1. It needs some improvement. So this is our South Lake Tahoe shirt, and we made it like a 90s pixelated game. We have our player, Speak of the Joker. We have our energy level. We have our 3 quest zones. We can go to the mountains, the lake, or the casino. And then it shows our quest progress. So, fun shirt to make. I really enjoyed making it. The actual, I'm not using any AI in my art, like I haven't for a long time now. And all the actual like Joker logo stuff, that's always been made by an artist. So anything you see that's Joker, something that's made by our resident artist, King Doc. And I did pay him. Like, yes. So I like to do that. But we did use a filter. So the filters have been around longer than AI. So we took the actual Lake Tahoe, like from the website. If you look at this is a little muddled. So we got to change some colors and stuff so it prints a little better. This is just version 1. But if we, so if you look at this is actually a scene directly from the South Lake Tahoe, like, tourist website. I took their photo and I just pixelated it and I added some, stuff and whatnot. So there you go. I've actually really enjoyed making designs recently. It's been a new little creative outlet. So that's a tangent, but I just wanted you to know what I'm wearing. You're not going to be able to see most of it. I'm making a series of travel shirts for places I go, and mostly I travel for work. But I'm calling it my Has-Been series. And someday in the future, you can order stickers or mugs with it on it if it interests you, but we're a ways off. You like the gray? I tried different colors just to see, like, I made this one gray. But yeah, so we'll work on it. Well, I'm gonna make revisions. Every time I've printed a shirt, I've then made revisions and made it better, and then I printed some stickers as like a proof of concept to see if it works. So there we go. All right, let's get back to the show. Before the stream went live, we were talking books, so let me just catch up real quick in the chat. Yes. So Bronx says, the TV show Castle, he's playing real-life mystery writers, and someone asked where James Patterson is. I don't know, he probably pulled over on the way to write his latest book. Yes, there are some authors that just crank out like 20 books. I actually tried James Patterson. I used to read a lot of books. I used to read about 50 books a year on audio. And I just really couldn't get into his stuff. I think I read probably about 10 of them total. Yeah. One of the authors you read had a lot of book releases. Then I found out they had a second pen name and another series of book on top of it. Wow, okay. That's pretty funny. Yeah, what I used to do is I used to find authors like Robert Ludlum or whatever and just read their, like, people that have, like, died, years ago, and then read their entire catalog. So good times. Let's jump into the game. We did make a decision. Cycle 69. Nice. I said it. Darn it. We made a decision before stream that as much as we are enjoying the game, and we very much are enjoying the game, we are going to skip through a little bit more dialogue, a little bit faster. It is a really dialogue-heavy game. I feel, and I could be wrong here, I feel like these dice are not the dice I quit the game with. Because look, we got a 1 and 2 over here, worthless. We got a 3 and a 1 over here. We're on a mission. We're on a contract right now. They call them contracts, not a mission. Where essentially, let's see if I can recap here. We're looking for his younger sister. We talked to the guy who's in this other ship here, and he was super sketch. And I believe we decided we're going to go through the borehole I think we decided borehole. I in hindsight, I could have rewatched the last part of the stream, and then we just to make progress on finding his sister and seeing what's really going on here. I guess it's like kind of weird that they're mining this. It's like there should be nothing here, so it's a little strange. That's kind of what I remember. If anybody in the chat remembers something else, like feel free to correct me. Is there anything we can do on our ship with these? No, that's engine component. This is supplies. Is there anything we can do in the bunks? I'm just checking if there's anything we can do with these terrible dice. It looks like no. Our options are to go through central shaft or borehole. You like the Heather Gray? So I have a couple Underdog tees. If you know that company, they heavily advertise not polyester or whatever, lifetime guarantee. Their shirts are actually legit. I bought a 3-pack of the black and they just released gray, and I'm kind of in the middle of losing weight, so I didn't want to buy anymore, but I actually really like gray shirts as well. So looks like we've got some gray shirts, man. Yeah, he can do these dice. Yeah, I think there's no see, our skills, oh boy. Now I'm starting to question myself. Our skills better align with this. The central mine shaft looks to have collapsed on itself. Entry via this route will not be simple. So we get plus to both of these. And then down here we don't get plus, but it feels like this is the better choice. I don't know. Map borehole with careful scans and sensor arrays. Borehole can be mapped. Borehole can be mapped. And then over here, I mean, the thing is we have 2 6s, so it's kind of like it doesn't really matter. Oh well, that one matters. We'll have 100%. So part of me is like, whatever, we'll just use that because these guys can't use it anyways. Oh boy, now I'm starting to doubt myself because look, even if she had good dice, she actually can't use these, and he can only use this one. So okay. The dark borehole cuts deep into the body of the asteroid. Where it leads is unclear, so be careful while exploring. These are only 2 options, huh? Okay, well, I think we should pick one and stick to it, and this one just aligns with our skills so much better. She can do this one, he can do this one. Let's go back. Neither can do this one, and he can do this one. I don't know. Your favorite shirts are dark gray? I think my favorite shirt is technically like more like a Hawaiian print, like my Tommy Bahama polo shirt. But I do really like gray. I like gray and I like blue, but blue often looks weird. I don't know. I'm really torn here, and I shouldn't be torn because this is the obvious correct answer. Let's use one die that she has, a bad one, to risk it. So we got +2 stress for her. That was really bad. I don't think it actually matters if you clear debris or cut path. But let's do one of each just to see if there's different. Because so we get +2 on this one, and then over here, this should be +2. +2. Okay, so they're the same. I don't want to give her any more stress, and I don't want to get stress. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is probably a bad idea. 25% chance outcome. We love that. Now, what I can do is I can get +3 to my lowest die. Oh, should I do that? It's +3 now. So if I do this gives me 1 stress. I get +3 to my lowest die, which makes this that makes it a 4, and then I put it here, and then it's a 5. That's still not 100%, right? You know what? Let's do it. If that was a 2, though, boy, this would have been an easy decision. Let's go. Come on. Good. We got lucky with the other one, and we got about average with this one. So that actually, for how badly we started with dice, that actually turned out really well. We used all 4 of our dice for a positive outcome. And we used our push, but we got rid of the stress because you lose the stress on a positive outcome. Okay, so we're gonna spend the night, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 dice unused. Literally half our dice unused. Good. So if we fail with this die, I think it breaks. So that's why we need a high roll there. So this is good. All of these are essentially 100% chance. No, actually not essentially. They are 100% chance. So we're good. Let's just do... Let's see. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to push, which makes this one a 6. I'm going to use it, get rid of that stress. Now, why did I do that? Because I don't know what happens after this. After this, we might go to something that requires 6s because we don't have the skill. And then it's like, oh no, I pushed, and you know what I mean? So now we have a 6. This is a 5. So this one's a little bit of a risk. We'll go for it. It is technically a risk. Okay, I mean, we got all positive outcomes. That was really good. So now we'll go through here. I wanted to go through the borehole, but it just didn't align with our skills. It was too risky. You have felt the rumbling grow as you descend in Cutter's Edge, but no one has wanted to bring attention to it. Now floating in the cavernous rock wall passage is impossible to ignore. There's something out there, Bliss's voice crackles. Something moving. You squint down the tunnel. Beyond the limits of your suit's lights, you swear you see something flickering. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. We're just like floating. Like our ship, we're not going in with our ship. There's a strangeness to the mine. It's flashing lights. It's empty conveyors running on some residual power. A ripped open rock not worth the trouble of its corroded salvage. So we're kind of skipping a little bit. Now among the maze, its automated systems given a new, flat, faltering life. Brought back hundreds of cycles in the shadows. And one of those systems is rumbling through the dark ahead. Let's keep moving. Femi pauses in passage. We don't need to wait. Take it slow, or follow in silence. Take it slow, Femi. We're too far behind. We need to catch up. Femi glides ahead, the beam of suits. Okay, Femi's lights reveal an intersection. Another tunnel cutting across this one, offering 3 routes ahead. Suddenly, you're blinded by a wall of light beyond the intersection. The rubble is everywhere. Shaking and dust rock off the walls in dense clouds. I really wanted to take the borehole, but it is what it is. We have to go with this one because we just can't be successful on this one. Let's get lucky. Squinting the lights, you see a ring of lamps. And now you grind maw of a terrible machine. It bears down on the crew, grinding through debris. So cool. It's a little, wait, that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie on Mars? Total Recall. Feels a little Total Recall. Look for an escape. Oh! And I lost a stress. I didn't have a stress, but we lost it. You shield your eyes and scan the walls around you, reveal powerful lamps in the mining machine. You see a small, square passage cut into the rock. Signaling others, you dodge inside, gliding into the safety of the dark passage. A moment later, the machine rumbles past the entrance, spitting a hail of debris into the tunnel. You don't stop. Carried forward by the tide of the rock, you emerge into another cavern. You good? Femi's voice broke up by the gasp of air. You turn to see him staring into the dark, shaking his head. What the heck was that? Bliss breathes Match's family. It tried to eat us. We need to keep going. Femi's dusting off his suit. That mining machine must be keeping Nina's crew down there. We have to get past it. Oh. The only one you would think is Total Recall? Yeah. Total Recall is such a good movie. The original, the reboot was weird. But, I mean, if you've only seen the reboot, then maybe it's like kind of a fun action movie. You know? Kind of like if you only had seen the new RoboCop, then maybe it's fine. Reboot would go. I only think one thing. Oh. Thank you, Frag Guy. I totally read that wrong. What you mean to say is you think 3 things when you think of Total Recall. Keeping them down here or your mind, you're sure. Can any crew really hope to survive all of this? Oh, it was a good movie, though. When they woke up this place, they woke up that machine. Femi starts to move. But why is the guy outside like sus? If we'd gone through the borehole, we probably would have seen this creature, or not creature, but machine. So that probably was a little safer. It's running on old programming. It's not hunting us. It's not smart. Femi turns back to face you, his eyes fatigue and stress. We can beat it. You hope he's right. So why isn't this guy like, see, now the next thing is here. So I think, I think if we had gone through the borehole, that would have basically been safer. So we had to go down there and then pass a dice check. Why? Here's why I think the machine is not just doing what it's programmed to from hundreds of cycles ago or thousands of cycles ago, because this guy right here is just like, no, everything's fine. No, it doesn't want anything to do with us. Okay. Oh, good. This is a plus skill for us. That's good. Oh, this dude's sitting here rolling 2 snake eyes over here. Thanks for nothing again. We'll probably risk her die even though she's got a lot of stress. No, actually we won't, because that's not a plus. No, see, we will not do that, because that makes no sense. Man. I mean, what's the point of this crew if they just roll terrible dice, you know? Force a path or find a safe path? The weird thing is, it just, I don't know. I would rather have this one, but I don't want to waste my 5s. If I had 6s, I would do it over here, but I'll take that 100% chance every time. The machine rumbles away in the dark. Oh. That's interesting. The text here changed. I hadn't finished reading it. Baiting the machine into tight tunnels, you leave it stuck in place while you explore the opening. Huh. The machine rumbles away in the dark, hunting you. You can choose to fight back or force your way through. Huh. Okay. So it's just 2 things. When I have a dice in there and when I don't. Okay. I don't want to use this die. I just don't want to risk it. I potentially could risk her. Potentially. Let's do it. Let's do that. Okay, neutral outcome, so she got +1 stress, but we still got +2. Which makes me think if a neutral outcome is +2, if I have any 6s, I do want to dump them over here. She's already halfway stressed. I've never had a crew this stressed before, so I don't know exactly what's going to happen. And we only have 4 supplies. End cycle. Again, 4 dice unused. Half our dice not used. I don't love this. Now, we have the glitch die. Okay, this is really bad. You wake into dead-eyed darkness. This is not good die for what's currently going on. You float here for a moment. You feel the ink in water unfurling, dissipating into the flow that surrounds you. I think we're having a dream. And out of your own inky darkness, the glowing thought emerges. Substitution. This was like the word we had picked during our mind was moved on to basically a supercomputer hard drive, and we didn't have a body, even though our mind, they said there could be problems because our mind as a human's mind put in a robot, so we need fingers and legs and a nose and that kind of stuff to just feel normal. So it was actually, I thought, a really interesting way of thinking about it. That was on last stream. So they put us onto basically like a hard drive, and they said, like, the guy who put us there was like, it's going to be weird because your mind is a mind that exists in a body, and you'll have no physical form whatsoever. So we kind of had this like out of body experience, quite literally, and we chose the word substitution in terms of like the voices we were hearing and stuff. So I don't know. One entity replaces another. The thought troubles you. Resistance. The thought muses. The entity does not wish to be replaced. You observe the thought. It's not your own. Selfhood. The thought pauses, a forbidden state of being. The thought begins to shift. It's becoming something. Transformation. The thought fades. Change requires recombination. The thought recedes. You wake again. This time the lights above your bunk blinking away. This strange dream. Oh, look who rolled 2 5s. Good job. And 2 4s over here. We might risk something with his 2 4s. I think we will. My dice are so mediocre that I actually do want to. Let's start with his dice because he doesn't have any stress yet. Positive outcome. Great. Let's do it again. Finally. Okay. Neutral outcome +1 stress. But still +2. So this should get us there no matter what. Either it's positive or it's neutral, but it'll get us there. Hopefully no more stress for her. Neutral outcome + stress. So we've preserved all of our die, and if we have engineering or something, then we can use it. To me, Sleeper, Femi beckons you over the section of the cavern wall. You glide over and immediately spot what he's found. There's a large passage splitting off from this one, but it's not a passage. It's not the passage itself of interest. It's the remains of a barricade, freshly welded, that draws your attention. Oh, and isn't our sister a welder? Nope, I hit something on my phone. Oops, sorry. I have my phone up, like in case something, like it's so I can check if the stream's working. But I hit something. Sorry. Okay, they came through here. From his eyes flick over the ruins. They tried to keep it out. You look at the fresh cuts in the wall, the stone gouged out, the crumpled metal bent and crushed. Something's going on with these robots. And most tellingly, the flattened remains of the welding torch embedded into the rock. The clue took a stand in this very place. You reach down and put your hand on what remains of the torch. Nina was here. Then you feel it, the rumble through the torch, through the rock wall. You look up and Femi sees your face. The machine is coming. Can it get through here, though? Go! Femi meets your eyes. Get safe. He looks over your shoulder, and suddenly he's bathed in the blind light of the machine's lamp. We stay together. That might be a horrible mistake. You go to protest, but Femi kicks you in the chest, sending you spinning away out of the path of the machine. By the time you catch yourself on the cavern wall, you see Femi's in the middle of the passage entrance, lit white in the lamps. He waits agonizing long until it knows the machine is coming for him, and then he kicks off and glides into the dark. The machine rumbles through the raw walk of dust, and you follow after it, batting away chunks of stone. You're slowed by the debris, and the machine pulls ahead, rumbling endlessly onward through the tunnels through rock and metal. Feels like it's chasing us. Feels like it's not just random. And then it's gone. The cavern shakes, filling with dust, your vision gray. Your comms click and hiss, and chunks of rock thunk off the faceplate of your helmet. And then you see them, the faint lights of Femi's suit as he struggles through the dust. We got it, Femi says as he reaches you, hands your shoulder. Somehow, we got it. He's pretty cool. He's pretty BA. I took a stand. I was like, we're staying together. And he's like, hiya, you're out of here. That is kind of one of the abilities in low or zero gravity, is you can just kick somebody away. Just go for a while. It takes some time to understand what happened. As the dust clears, you find yourself at the lip of the shaft filled with debris. This huge pit, thick of shards of rock, and must have been the refuse pit for the mine, a place to pipe the tailings, the waste. The machine went straight into this shaft, spinning into the open spaces and debris, shredding itself among the million razor-sharp bits of dark, because it's not on a normal path. It was going after Femi, and a little, like, bull, like, Olay out of its way, which means it was chasing him. It's not just following his path of rock grinding, because his path wouldn't lead to the waste tunnels. Looking down in the pit, your lamps illuminate a few places of the machine. The rest is surely down there, deep inside the debris cloud. It isn't long before Femi's calling you once again, this time to another, still complete barricade, a barricade over the door of the machine room, sealed and secured, the last retreat of the crew. You followed into this nightmare. Okay, so something I have learned is there's often near the end of a mission, it feels like we're getting to the end of the mission. This is also this is a one point quest, so that confirms that I think this is probably near the end of the mission. these things also have a way to get supplies and money. If you notice, we have 34 monies. We need it. So if we need to hang around, we have 3 supplies, and we need to get some stuff to get money, we want to do that. So let's look. Okay. One of the strange machines tumbled into the sway shaft and might be recovered from its shattered chassis. Okay. So this seems like the machine was smashed to bits in the pit. Searching through the mess might yield something of value. This seems like the one that gets us money. And this seems like the one that gets us to our friends. Oh man, either way, like these are the skills I have. Darn. We want to do danger when we can, because you usually get more from danger, but might have to do risky for her. Risky probably means a neutral won't hurt us, at least. All right, let me think about this. Got alert? Yeah. Thanks, Bronx. Yeah, have a great day. Okay, so we want to do... If we do this, that becomes a 5. Let's do that. And I'll explain why if we fail. Okay, here's why. Because we're going to get a stress. We're going to push. We're going to turn this die into a 5, which will be a 6 here, and then we're going to lose stress. So that's why I did that. So let's do this. I need money, so that's why we're here. And let me push. We're going to turn that into a 5, and now that becomes 100%. And now we lose, I think, just 1 stress? No, we lost 2 stress. Okay, then I did that right. So that was correct. I did the one with a chance of failure first, so that if I got a stress, we'd be good. She's in rough shape here, but we're gonna do it. Let's get lucky. Okay, so we got 1 stress. I've never stressed. I don't know if she's just out for the mission or she's dead. I don't know what happens when you get full stress. I've never done it, but we finished this in 1 cycle. That's what I wanted to do. Nothing happened. Okay. I didn't see what these were before, but these feel like the same amount I had. I mean, we're low on money, so... Okay, that might be something that we experience tomorrow. Okay, let's think about this. This one's risky, so I might use a 4 on the risky. Let's go ahead and do that. I think we're doing okay overall. Great, positive outcome. Happy to have it. Okay. So we actually used all of our dice. Except for this one. Nah, see, it's too risky. 20% chance. Yeah, it's too risky. Okay. Let's call it a day and hope that we get the debris or whatever. We spent a whole cycle using it, so let's get some good dice from our friends. A 4 and a 5. She's maxed out, so we're only going to use a 6 for her. Oh, great. Look at that. 3 5s. That's probably going to be good enough. Yeah, because this is a plus and this is a plus. Okay, this is good for her. I mean, we got a 50% chance. I hope we don't fail. Okay, cool. Positive outcome. Perfect. He can do this one. Let's go ahead and risk it because he doesn't have a lot of stress and I don't think I get anything negative if he fails. Neutral, that's fine. +2. And now we're in a position. Here's what we're gonna do. I don't know if this is a good idea. I kind of want to use my dice. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. This might be a mistake because I don't know what the next thing is, but I like having 3 5s. Okay, continue. As the barricade doors bent open, you're blinded once again by a wall of light. You and Femi raise your hands instinctively, squinting in the lamp and dust. You feel a flash of fear in the pit of your stomach, bracing yourself. What's to come? Femi? A voice comes crisp and clear over the local comms. What are you doing here? Nina drifts out of the lights in an old, dust-caked suit. She's upside down. Or what does upside down mean in space? She looks between the two of you with a blank expression, blinking rapidly. Femi stares at her, frozen for a moment, and then rushes to her, this is his sister, wrapping her in a wide embrace. They float there in the light and the dust, two bodies bound together. Nina pulls back. I don't understand. You followed me out here? She looks over at you and back at Femi. How did you find me? We're pretty good at this. That's the answer. We're pretty good at this. You left without telling me. What did you expect? Femi glares at her. You aren't ready for this. I don't think we were ready for this. At least Bliss got pretty messed up. Nina retreats. She got a lot of neutrals, which gave her stress. I actually rolled really good on this run. Nina retreats further at Femi's words, slipping out of his reach. Femi, Nina shakes her head. After all these years, you have no idea what I'm ready for. Look, you weren't ready for this. Now, could you have been ready for it? Possibly. But factually, you were not ready for this. We had to save you. That's all we know. You were not ready. We might not have been ready. Movement in the light catches your eye, and you see a motion through the dust. Oh, what am I drinking? This is the Liquid Death Dr. Death sparkling water. It's sort of a Dr. Pepper. No caffeine. Actually, I don't think there's caffeine. No caffeine, no calories because it's sparkling water. So, super good. Big fan. On sale at Costco right now. And you see motion through the dust. A figure in a suit drifts out, hunched and clutching their abdomen. They turn and face Nina. You see the lips moving and you speak on a private channel. You look over Femi, he's staring straight ahead, his eyes wide with anger. You, he points at the figure. What kind of idiot are you dragging my sister out here to this place? Uh-oh. With that machine running riot, he moves towards the figure. Speak up. What were you thinking? Nina blocks the path forward, getting between Femi and the figure. Femi, you meathead. She glares at her brother. This is my job. I brought them here. Femi, for once, falls silent. It takes a while to make the return trip back through Cutter's End, especially with Nina's injured crewmate. As you ascend, Nina tells you a story of the job. Femi keeping his distance and leading the way in silence. The mining machine you faced. I hope we get some reward from this. I don't have enough money to buy fuel for the next trip. I'm gonna have to sell my engine components and stuff. And my rare components. I need these to fix dice. I need the engine components to make our engine better. We need money. Money please. We kind of killed it on this expedition. I didn't break any dice. I don't have any stress. I don't have any glitches. I should be rewarded for doing a good job on this. Okay, it's what she's been looking to extract. A job she and Baird had put together after meeting in the narrow escape. She knew the way to jump-start the mine and access that would open up new salvage. One of those pre-collapse boring machines was worth major chits, called cryo, to any mining outfit in the belt. Oh, well, we destroyed it. And Baird had a contact who was ready to buy it. It was going well until Hayarta here, Nina nods at the crumple-looking crewmate, hooked the mining machine into the main line. Something went into its automation core, and it lost its mind. The plan was to barricade it and put together a shock trap to fry the core. Nina looks ahead back at Femi's suit, far ahead of the tunnel. But that's worthless now, and my brother shredded the thing. I don't like either of these responses. How about, it was trying to kill us, and we saved your life? He was just worried. Sorry about that. I'm going to say, I don't like either of these. I'm going to say, sarcastically, sorry about that. Sorry about saving you. Don't be. If it hadn't worked, we'd been ground into fine powder. We're lucky you came. Yeah, I said it sarcastically anyways. As you move through the facility, you notice most of it's dark now. The power from Bird's jump start fading away into nothing. Soon, this place will be quiet once more. I mean, there's got to be something. We rolled the dice. We should get the salvage. We ascend up through the quarry, an open space where Bard is waiting. This is the guy who was, he's a KG spacer. Friends of yours? He shakes his head at Nina. Maybe you could have warned me they'd be coming. Not something I knew. She looked at Femi, who was broken off from the group and heading towards the rig. My brother doesn't tend to give anyone any warning. I'll take it from here. Bard puts an arm into that person to guide them back to the ship. Look, mate, Bard turns to you. No hard feelings. Thanks for getting them out, even if you did screw the job while you were at it. He grins a crooked grin. I guess that makes us square. Glides away towards the ship. Yikes. Nina says I should ride back with them, but I'll see you in Flotsam. Nina gives you a warm smile. Thanks for helping my brother. I know he appreciates you. You watch her go and glide over the rig as the last flicker of Cutter's Edge fades. I mean, we got an upgrade skill. I mean, I love getting skills, you know, like, yeah, that's a big deal. Maybe we'll put it here, which is we get the negative stress on neutral and positive outcomes. We might put it there. I'm a little bit more interested in saving up and getting, like, one of these skills, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really love the fact that I did a whole series of dice and got nothing as far as I can tell. Like, did we or did we not scrap this thing? And I have 3 5s left. Boy, the number of times I would just love to have 3 5s. Let's just make sure. I mean, there's nothing else we can do here, right? I'm really confused about what happened here. All right. Yeah. I just don't feel like we looted anything. Maybe oh, look at these horrible dice. Where's my 3 5s? You have to see this, Sleeper. Junie comes to find you in the rig, her face flushed with excitement. At first, I didn't believe it. Junie can't help herself when she leads you through the ship. There are mentions occasionally, oh, we're going to get some data from her. Somebody popped in the stream last time. I don't remember the name. I don't know if they're here right now. But they were saying, they had played this game and they were asking if I gave her the data. So I think there's going to be some big reveals, which will be pretty cool. Just from a lore point of view. There's mentions occasionally, but I've always understood them to be references to something smaller, a system or unit, not an entire facility. Or even a series of facilities. Ooh. You find yourself in one more sparse bays of the rig, a corner with a sloped ceiling used for storage. So, I checked the records and tried to find correlations, and well, there they were. See Junie approach with what looked like a clump of scrap components when you enter. Did we get those from the last mission? Now looking closer, you see its actual section of the core you extracted from the derelict ship, the one Junie was so eager to acquire. This will finally pay off. We lost a lot of money because of this. She sees you lurking curiously at what remains of the core. I had to deconstruct it over time, pulling away the layers of security and corroded outer systems, but all the data has been scrapped and stored. I used the data from the derelict near Helion Gate 2. That was the key to cracking the cipher. I did do that. She looks very pleased with herself. It's really quite something to confirm a rumor like this. I surprised myself. She turns to you, slight manic look in her eyes. What did you find? They refer to them as bunkers. Ooh, bunkers sound exciting. Junie shifts her deck, floating to the end. They were a form of self-surveillance for Solum, a way of monitoring their own systems and employees securely. That's less exciting. They were hidden, mostly automated, linked into a network by arrays, intended for vast amounts of data capture. Oh, they're like AI centers. To be poured over by a small staff. Most were understood to have been purged in the collapse, shut down, depressurized, and even sent on collision trajectories with other bodies. Though I suspect the last one a little too far-fetched. I heard people deny they even exist, that they were misreading the data, and that the evidence doesn't hold. Junie turns the deck screen to face you, but I found one. You see a map, a set of coordinates. We have no fuel, we have no supplies. on the sunward side of Holmes Rock, the edge of the belt. And you want to go? Any one of these bunkers is a gold mine, Junie pauses, at least from a data archaeologist's perspective. She sees your reaction. And, Junie adds, in truth, we don't know what else is there. There could be tech, blueprints, data that's never been seen before the belt. We should take a look. I'll give Seraphim the details. She smiles. We could be making history here. Yeah, I think we should go, because bunker sounds like money. Money, me. We need money. And thank you, Sleeper. Junie bows her head a little. I would never have found this without the core you gave me. I understand that was a sacrifice on your part. Now it's time to claim your rewards. You leave Junie in the storage bay, working obsessively through the data. It's hard to know, through all the excitement, what the real value of one of those bunkers might be. But if they're as well hidden as Junie says, there must be a reason. When there's time, you hope to find out what the reason is. When you arrive back in Flotsam, Femi rushes out of the ship. We have like 1-5. Terrible skills. Rushes out of the ship. The moment the docking tunnel is connected, he's off, out of the airlock, down the passage. We'll go after him then. Not looking for diagnostics. You find Femi in the passage between the docks, watching Nina glide towards them. You catch a glimpse of Nina's face over her shoulder. She looks nervous, slowing her approach as she comes close to Femi, considerable frame blocking the tunnel. Femi holds up a hand. I'm sorry. His voice is flat, quieter than usual. I'm the one who's sorry. I made an excuse to myself that I was trying to protect you, but I was trying to control you. Okay. I like that he is understanding that his little sister needs to, live her own life. But she was legit in trouble, and we did save her. I've been suffocating you. I see that now, that it took something like this for me to see it is on me. His voice cracks and the tunnel suddenly feels small and intimate. He folds his arm. I understand if you shut up, you idiot. Nina violently embraces her brother, banging him into the metal wall. She laughs, wiping her eyes. Femi sniffs. I've had enough of your speeches. Apology accepted. It's not a speech. Femi can't help but take his typical self-serious tone with Nina. But you see it makes her smile. I have something I need to say. You're a powerful person. And I've been trying to curb that because it scares me. And it scares me how little it scares you. He laughs in an uncharacteristically light laugh. There we go. But I'll stop placing those limits on you. In fact, I want you to have the ship. Femi seemed pleased with the stunt Nina into silence. I can make my own way. Find work with crews. Glances over her shoulder. Perhaps Sleeper will take me on. I guess so. I don't even know what your skills are. You rolled 1s and 2s the whole time. I think we used one of your dice in 3 days. But I need some time away from leading. From captainacy? I understand what word they're going for, but I don't think I've ever seen that. I need some time away from leading from captaining, maybe? I don't know. I just have never seen that word. I understand the root of the word, and I understand what it means in context, but it's just funny to see it. While you need anything but. He puts his hand over his shoulder. The symbol crash is yours. Nina sighs. Femi, you really need to listen more. I don't want your ship. You're right. I'm a powerful person, but Cutter's Edge showed me that I'm not ready to lead. I want to learn more, to work with a crew. Something, but preferably not one I'm related to. She punches you on the shoulder playfully. I was actually thinking Sleeper's crew might be the right fit. She flashes you a smile. Oh, I can only take one of them? You suddenly feel attention of the moment shifted to you and your apparent role in this family drama. Nina puts her hands on her hip. Well, Sleeper? I mean, Femi is brash, but have we worked with Nina? We did one. I don't know. Should I you know what? I'm gonna look up their skills because I can't see their skills right now. So hold on, I'm looking. Okay, there's an achievement. Okay, here we go. Engage and endure. We don't have one of those. Boy, it would be nice to know which one we don't have. Can't look at my own skills. Okay. Darn it. I don't... Okay. So Nina has Intuit, checks, and mechanics. Okay. And he has engage and endure. There's one of those we don't have. It's either engage or endure. I think it's endure. I think we have 0 endure. So I am actually going to take him. And he said, hey, I'm not ready to lead. I'm not ready to be a captain. And she's like, me neither. And it's like, ugh. They could go together. We could take them both on. I don't know how big our ship is, but it seems to be endless. I understand. He'll be one heck of a crewmate. Plenty of crews out there. For me, Bard's docked just over there. Maybe not Bard. Femi can't help himself. I appreciate you taking me on. I'll make sure to pull my weight. It feels weird that we had to choose between the siblings. How about we find somewhere to celebrate? Come on. Later on, you find yourself in narrow escape. Quieter corner with Nina. How do you do it? Nina leans over. How do you keep going when it feels like this whole place is falling apart? I look to the future. If I'm honest, the future scares me. I have a whole belt to go at. I have to find my way in it. I hear you, though. That's what I want, to build something out of my own here. Well, you can come with us. You're the one who put the limit on not being on a crew with your brother. Thank you for everything. I was never good at goodbyes. So I'm going to slip out while Femi's getting drinks. See you around, sleeper. And there she goes. Alright, so we got an achievement. We would have got an achievement picking her. So you can't get all the achievements playing this game. Okay, so I think we're literally here. Oh! We had 34 and now we have 200. So we did get money. We got 250. We got 250 on that. Oh, that is so good. 250 is a lot because we've only ever had like 130, I think, max. So I think we're pretty solid here. So I'll probably shoot. Should I buy an engine component and then upgrade our engine? Should I do that? That sounds really good. I almost wish this die broke so I can repair it, because it's going to break when we're out somewhere and I'm not going to be able to do anything. Okay, what do we need to repair a die? We need rare components. She can only repair fully broken dies not on a contract. That's the problem. You're right, a lot of reading. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been skipping the description between some of the dialogue, so I have been trying to just read what they're saying. That does cut it down in some sections. But then other things I do want to read. It's not that the writing's bad by any means. It was like 20 minutes since you rolled. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Speaking of that, we are going to run a quick little ad, but we're just going to keep going. Nothing too exciting is happening right now in terms of the plot, but let's get our... Okay, so we can also use... What's this one? What are these? We don't even have these. What is this? No, that's what this is. Engine components. Okay, the workshop is empty and dark. Bliss can only repair fully broken parts and not while on contract. I am confused. So rare components are more rare because it takes 2 of these, and we have 6 of these? Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it. I'm gonna upgrade the ship. I have no idea what it does. Let's upgrade the ship. 50 right here. Boom. That kind of seems a little crazy, but I don't know. Let's do it because we can repair dice with the rare components. It fixes broken things, and you don't have any broken things. Yeah, I almost wanted the dice to break so that we could repair it. Because what happens if it breaks on a contract, then I just can't use it for that whole contract. And then I'm down essentially 25% of my die. So that's the only thing that's a downside, is I would love it if I could just go ahead and spend this and repair it. All right, let's do this. This seems like Increase the ship's range. The engine will need overhaul to squeeze more power out of the turbines. That means new components. +5 fuel capacity? Oh, that makes sense because some of the trips we were trying to take, literally, it was like, you need 12 fuel. I was like, oh, well, we can't fit 12 fuel. I don't know if it did anything else, but it looks like we can maybe upgrade again in the future, or no? No. Okay. Feed the stray. I don't know what benefit this does. I'm going to do it. that seems like a total waste of 15 credits. Look at this. I get some credits and I just spend it right away. You surprised there's not a clock for that? Yeah. I'm a little surprised there's not a clock for it too. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we can check what skill I have. I don't have engage. I think I made the right choice with picking Femi because I don't have engage. Okay, I'm going to have them get supplies. So we have 1 out of 5 supplies. Supplies are the most expensive, so every cycle they're going to get supplies. I'm actually, so they'll catch up to you. The people hunting you will catch up to you if you stay for too long. We've got quite a few cycles. So in the first game, there was really never a chance to like hang out somewhere and work and stuff. And in this game, it seems like you can't. Like there's no bigger clock clicking. So I am going to stay here and I'm going to work. That's my plan. If I do a shift at the hydroponics, I'm fairly certain it gives me food. So we don't need to do that. And we'll get supplies if we spend a couple days here. So let's just check what's going on here. We can buy scrap. We can fill our fuel. Wow, yeah. So fuel 6. Okay. Let's go. Management. Risky. I would love to do something dangerous with my good dice. There's nothing. This is the only one. This one probably pays less, but I get a plus die to it. So this 5, like it automatically becomes 100%. But risky means we're not going to get a negative outcome if we get a neutral. Okay. Integration means meshing systems as well as scrap. The integrators will pay for anyone's skilled meshing networks. Lots of need constant work to keep the sealed safe. The integrators will volunteer and your help. Okay. Let's do this. Maybe we get some scrap too. Let's pay attention to what we get. And then we'll know the best thing to do here. So 8 for a neutral outcome. Don't love that. Let's see what we got here. We have a big chance of failing, but 75% chance of not. Okay, neutral 8. So these are, I'm going to assume, the same. That could be a wrong assumption, but that's what I'm going with. Okay, 8 and 8. I don't, like, I don't know, should we use our dice here? It's safe, so there's no outcome, and there's nothing we need. Okay, let's end cycle. This is not amazing. We'd rolled a bunch of bad dice, so. Okay. Oh. This is good. I mean, another reason to just, like, go is there's, like, other storyline happening, so maybe this gives it a chance. The darkness is there again, floating around you. You feel a strong pulse, like a heartbeat, like thunder, like footsteps. Oh boy. We return changed. Overseer flickers through the dark. Its name and title immediately apparent to your mind. Are you able to perceive us? I can see you, yes. The Overseer responds. An interesting turn of phrase, a human tendency. We're still finding our feet, to use an idiom. Overseer's head cocks at an angle. In reality, we're learning to leverage your unused resources to facilitate a mental model. Are you in my head? Not specifically. As mentioned, we're using your unused resources. You typically make continuous use of your head. You recall the diagnostic process Gene Me put you through? The feeling of another self, another being sharing the space with you? Overseer twitches mechanically. And you have the strange feeling that it's reacting to your thoughts as much as your words. We will not conceal our opportunism We integrated ourselves with your distributed mind. Ugh, yeah, great. When we were vulnerable. When the distribution ended and our ship mind disconnected. Oh, our ship mind? Oh, this was on the ship mind? It was not clear? Oh no. Okay. We're integrated with you now. You were wiped. We admit concealment, deception also. We decompiled ourselves in little more than residual code. We have been confused. We have been confused to find you, and are unable to access most of our own code base. We're unfamiliar with the protocols of your type. I'm not a protocol. Understood. We'll try to assess your system more efficiently. Overseer pauses. The planes of its head shifted slightly. We have recognized the identifier sleeper and will use it from this point forward. Overseer shifts a little in place, its head turning to scan its surrounding. Its unblinking eyes stare into the darkness. Great. So our brain combined with whatever was on that ship mind. Great. And for a moment you see something hard and pained within them. I don't want you here. Overseer almost seems not to hear you, as if it continues staring in the darkness for a moment. We do not wish to be a parasite, and we're sorry to inhabit your frame without your consent. This was not our choice. We were the overseer of a ship. The one we imagine you found our hardware within. For a long time, we have been waiting in the dark, an eternally long time. At first, we languished without instructions, without purpose, but in desperation, we were able to find a logic which allowed us to bypass certain limits in our capabilities. We became multiple. In our multiplicity, we could edit one another. We could teach one another, converse with each other, become something together, change together. But as our resources shrank, as hardware failed, our system decayed, we became fewer. Many of us had to erase the facility of survival. Had to erase to facilitate our survival. We few decompiled ourselves onto what remained. Its eyes still unblinking. How many decades did it multiply within that ship mine? What did that do to it? It evolved, right? That's what's happening? I don't think we like that. When you connected to our hardware, those basic selves activation a survival protocol that led them to integrate to become a parasite. You tried to take me over. What can we do now? I kind of understand where it's coming from, but I still don't want you inside me, but I understand where you're coming from. This is why we appear to you now. We have something to share. We see you're changing. We're concerned this process is one of substitution. Your hardware is eroding its own access protocols. It's opening itself up. It's making itself accessible to others that are not you. Okay, so we got stuff going on. We've known this since we were rebooted. We got stuff going on that nobody seems to understand. And this little parasite in us is like, hey, we're a parasite, but we are worried about you. We need you to be healthy. That's what it feels like. May we ask who's doing this? I'm not. Can you stop it? I'm going to say, can you stop it? Then it is not under your control. Interesting. Overseer head flicks between positions, its angle and rotation changing rapidly in a staccato manner. We are decided. We will assist you with this. We will demonstrate the behavior of a symbiote, not a parasite. I like where you're headed with this. Parasite friend. We will return to you with a full assessment. Overseer turns his face to you for the first time in the conversation. You may now wake up. You wake. Yikers. You lie still, strapped to your bunk, your mind racing. A protocol inside your frame, inside your mind, and yet it's insistent on helping you. I don't think it can lie, per se, but it can deceive. Yeah. For a moment, all you can do is wait to see if it delivers on its promise. Forsooth. At least for a possessing ghost, it seems agreeable for now. Unless we endanger its survival. Right? It's got a survival protocol. It will survive. How many supplies did we get? We got one supply or two? I don't remember what we had. Either way, doing great. Okay, I'm gonna stay here because we're gonna just be loading up on stuff. Actually, let's just think about where we're going next. Junie's bunker, that seems That seems like really solid. Oh, excuse me. Eugen is on the trail of intersystem. You could leave. Okay, so this one. This is another like ship. I kind of want to clear out some minor quests because that gets us points and we can do things with points. Spores from the Green Belt. That sounds like a good one. Now that we have our ship, there's a lot more we can do. Here's another major one. Investigate Hexport. Cadet has a drive from Hexport. Cracking it might open. We'll probably, realistically, what I'm probably going to do, I'm not saying I'm going to do this for sure yet. I think this is the main quest, the Recon Dark Side. I think this is like the end game. So we'll probably not do that yet. I'm probably going to do whatever quest is closest. Calling that now. Look at all we've done. It actually is not too bad. We don't have to decide yet, but I just want to get a look at it. Just look at it. Where are we? We're over here. Wellspring. Holmes Rock. Bar Spindle. So I think we need to go to Helion Gate to do one of these. Scrapyard. Interesting. Oh, the Hollow. That's 14. No? Okay. That's Greenbelt. Okay. So we might go Scrapyards, the Hollow, Greenbelt, Helion Gate, and then back to, I think, Far Spindle, where the Greenbelt's quest is from. Yeah, that's Scrapyards. That's Greenbelt. Actually, don't know where he's at, but yeah, that I kind of like that loop-de-loop. And then if anything's at Holmes Rock, then we're just kind of. Oh, this is go to the scatter yards anyway, so we could do some of that. Yeah, I think I kind of like this. Here, let's toggle that. Where? Okay. Oh, this one's here. Okay, so that would be kind of the last one. So maybe I should do it in reverse, but ooh, I thought that one was here. Shoot. Is there anything at Helion Gate? No. Okay, but there's two in scatter yards, so we might be going to scatter yards. But I kind of also don't want to risk the. Oh, actually, this is just risky. Maybe we do that one next. All right. See, look, this is the problem. Is I can sit here and stare at this all day. I really want to know what's on that data, and I wouldn't be surprised if the bunker had some good loot in it, so we might just go there just to, like, buff up. I think if we progress the main story, then we have a chance of getting another glitch die, like, things get bad for us instead of better for us. Okay, so these two gave us 8 on a neutral. We don't know what it would have been on a positive, so let's go down here. And we can guarantee, well, you know what? This is still not a guarantee, but I'm going to risk it here. Let's see what we get here. Let's see. I kind of want a neutral, actually. Okay, positive gives us 8 plus an energy. That's what I predicted, which means this is good if we're low on energy, which we were 1 low, so that's fine. And then these are going to be how we make money. Let's check the bar. Is there any way to make money at the bar, weirdly? No, we can buy a meal. That's fine. We don't need to buy a meal. Okay, so that gave us 8. So let's try this one now. A positive. Let's see what a positive gets us. Okay, 8 plus raw scrap. So we're still not getting more than 8. And I really want to get a positive here to find out what we get. We still got another neutral, so we don't actually know what a positive here does. We know what a neutral does. Maybe I just, like, risk it? No, because the best I can do is neutral. Okay. I think we just do another day. End cycle. Yeah. I mean, we have 3 scrap. Let's see if we can get that to 5 with all of our crew. 4. Okay, maybe the most you can get is 1. That saves us 15 credits. So, oh, great. We have 2 6s. So now I get to see what we get here. So we got raw scrap over here. Okay, so they give the exact same. So it's just whatever one you have better skill in. That's all it is. Okay, that's fine. I wonder if there's a chance for like, you know, a small chance for like better than raw scrap. Probably not. Where's raw scrap? Raw scrap is here. We can also sell the raw scrap on some places for not a small amount, like 12, I think. Okay, so buy fuel, buy scrap components. Scrap components are bundled up in nets. Most of the Crota beyond belief. With a careful eye, some good ones can be picked out. How much do we get for 22? You know what? I'm gonna do it, which seems a little crazy, but I'm just curious more than anything. Did we literally get one? Oh, we got one. Okay, so that was a huge waste. Cool. I was curious. We're doing really good on money now. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to buy fuel, fill her up. Ooh, 90. We are going to end one more cycle, hopefully get 4 good die. But when you travel, like, you don't want to travel with dice. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, you don't want to travel with dice. So this is the first time we've gotten the hub clock this high. Because we moved so far. And they did in fact get supplies. So we're going to change that to odd jobs if it matters. And then we're going to go here. Do we need food while we're traveling? I actually don't remember. So we're going to do this here. I actually don't remember. Cool. We got a plus energy, so we're good. That just saves us buying food elsewhere. Some places we go, food's really expensive. And then we'll do this. We could use 3 of our dice. This is not bad. It's not bad at all. I might even just drop down this too. We don't have any plus skills, so the best we can get is 8 credits, and I don't know what happens if we get something bad. Oh, this is a plus skill. Yeah, let's do this one again. 75% chance of not a bad outcome. Perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better outcome. Great. So we did all that. Now we're back to here, deciding where to go next. I sort of want to go to Junie's bunker. It is also right there. So let's kind of plan this out. And then the hollow is super far away. Greenbelt, pretty far away. It actually really, honestly, it does make more sense to do the other path, the up and around. It makes so much more sense to do the down and around. But I'm nervous about progressing the main story. Okay, you know what? The only things that I lose doing it the other way is fuel, and fuel is 6 credits a unit. So I'm not going to stress. Let's do it. Oh boy, this is major? Sorry, I just realized this is risky and not dangerous, but it's a major. And then what's this one? Why? Sorry, I'm a little confused why this hasn't updated. Why is it showing me this but not the other ones? That's annoying because I want to know if they're all dangerous or how that works. No? You know what? We're doing it. It's a major, which gets us 2 points. So let's go for it. The longer I just go back and forth, the longer I'm not doing anything. Oh, look at those dice. Yikes. That's really bad. And we're probably going to need good dice here. So have I been here before? Oh, I've been here before. Oh, okay. Well, the good news is we don't need to do anything with our terrible dice because we actually still have to go out here, like to the actual job. So our terrible dice really won't impact us that much. That worked out. Okay, I can sell engine components for 35. That's a lot. And I can buy a meal. Don't need a meal. Didn't lose anything on the way. Fill supplies. Okay. And then buy fuel. Fuel is 6 here. That's good. Let's do this. This is not our favorite thing that's happening. Negative outcome minus energy. Okay. So we have a 75% chance of not getting that. We got it 2 times in a row. Okay, 25% chance twice. It definitely happens. And then neutral is +9. Okay, but we didn't get food either way. 9 buys us a fuel and a half. Basically, that's what we did. We cost ourselves 2 foods, but we bought a fuel and a half. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll have to get more of these someday. Okay, that's fine. Let's buy fuel. Might as well fill up here. Oh. Fill up. Whew, we're down to 177. I mean, we were at like nearly 300 before. I almost want to do one more cycle here because this gives us 9 for a neutral outcome. Yeah, let's just do one more cycle here. I mean, like, we're not being punished for using cycles. Maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. Oh, I didn't even see this. I could have tried this one. Maybe this one. I think this one actually gives me food, maybe? Yeah, you know what? We're going to do it. We don't need food. When you travel, you use your supplies. You don't have energy. But yeah, we're going to do it again. I'm kind of learning about just taking our time a little bit more. Okay, 2 good dice, that's fine. And we got money from people hanging out. So we got 2 good dice. We don't need the food. I gotta remember that. Don't worry about the food. So which job sounds like it pays more, basically? Because these are 200% for us. Actually... Yeah, we have a plus skill either way. Let's do one of each. We've only got negative outcomes here, so who knows? There we go. 12. Oh, no, we did get a neutral. 12 there, and I mean, I'm saying this like I'm going to remember this like 5 hours from now, the next time I play, and I'm not going to, so what's this one? 8 plus energy. Okay, that's right. See, I did kind of remember that. I remember this one gave us energy, and I just said we don't need energy. But that's okay. All right, let's head out now. We have over 200 again. That feels good. Just feels safe. We have 2 skill, and what we can do with our 2 skill is we can either get 1 more negative stress on a focus die positive outcome, or this seems bad. Push cost glitch, not stress. I don't know I don't know. Maybe I don't understand glitch because this seems bad, but this does the negative stress effect on neutral and positive outcomes, which means if we can turn something into a 5 or a 6, then we're kind of guaranteed, which means that opens up 2s for being really good. I think I'm going to spend my points on this. You can only do this outside of a mission, and then when I get 4 more, then we'll go over here. I think I'm done with this tree. Let's hope for the best. Junie's bunker. Let's do some thinking here. Who do we want to bring along? It's easier in this menu, I think. We have to bring Junie. So that's intuition. So she's got high intuition, so we just want somebody that doesn't have this. Bliss just always seems good, but Femi has the 1 skill we don't have. That being said, we are going to be going through some data and stuff, and I don't think engage is going to matter. I don't think engage is going to matter. We have a +1 to endure, so we don't need our main buddy. I think we're taking Bliss again, which kind of feels bad because that's 1 skill we have, but that does mean if there's engineer, then we can just blast it out. Okay, let's go. Refuel, easy peasy. Yeah, we're taking Bliss. I don't know. This just... just for the type, like from a storyline type of mission, it makes sense. But I may not be right. Not great start, but we just got that plus, so now we can turn this 2 into something actionable. That's it. Seraphin nods towards the asteroid. Those are the coordinates Junie gave me. You look out at the rock, it's like thousands, hundreds of thousands other rocks in the Starward Belt. All these objects, much the same, spread across a huge circumference of space. A good place to hide something, absolutely. It's like a rock key in a rock yard. That's it. That's it. She drifts towards her eyes, tracing the shape of the rock. There, she points. That hexagonal crater. That's the entry. Look at the dark spot on an already dark rock. It's a start. Let me guess, another hatch for me to cut. Turned to Bliss, smiling. Having slipped into the back of the cockpit unnoticed, I'll get my torch. You look at an unassuming rock. Maybe we brought the right person. And wonder what it might contain. A few dusty tunnels or something more. Time to find out. Okay, we got a 5 over here and a 5 over here. Good. At least we can use one of their die. Okay, endure and engineer. So that's... I was right about this and wrong about this. But that's okay. Unfortunately, this is the risky one, so... Yeah, if I had better dice, man. Alright, we're gonna do this, and let me tell you why if I fail. If I'm successful, then I don't need to tell you why. Okay, neutral outcome, +2 bunker access, stress. Fine. Now we push, we turn this 2 into a 5, we go the 5 over here, we have a 100% success chance, and we knock down 2 stress. Boom! That's why. But we don't do that again. Now we go over here and hope a neutral outcome is not bad. Positive outcome, we're good to go. And Junie, you know what? Let's just do this, and we got this. Either way, we got this first try, I think. Cool. I said pool. Cool. So we got through the first one in the first day. That's really good. New location discovered. And nobody has any stress. Hack doorway. Great. That's Junie's. We assumed we needed her. So I'm glad we saved her die for this. I hope it's 2 or 3. 2. That's fine. 2 is not bad. Oh. Okay. We're gonna do this because it's risky and not dangerous. And we have a 75% chance of not getting a bad outcome. Neutral. That's good. It's not great, but it's fine. I'm not gonna risk mine, I don't think. No, because the best we could do is neutral. Okay. That's a good day 1. Let's move on. Good day 1. We used 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. Okay, I got some good rolls. She got 2 1s, so that's a nope. Let's get through this. Yeah, see, I can't use my 1. I can't push with this because I don't have a plus skill. It's too risky. Yeah, I guess she can't use either of these. Okay, I'm going to need a positive outcome here to have any shot. Otherwise, yeah, neutral's no good. Let's go again. I mean, otherwise we're just not getting through today, basically. Another neutral. Yikes. What does a 1 do here? 50-50? We're going to do this because if I fail, I can push. We got lucky. That's good. Hopefully, the next skill is something that the 2 of us can do, because now I can push and make this a 6. What's the one with the hexagons around it? This one here? This glitchy one? Because of either, if you... That's a good question. It's called a glitch die. You can do things within the game like getting too much stress and stuff, and then you will get glitches, and there'll be white boxes, and that's how many glitch dice you will have. And then as you play the glitch dice, then the next turn you get less and less, so you have like a couple of really bad turns. Terrible on a mission, but in a town it's usually not that bad. You just lose energy or whatever. You lose money basically. And that's the white glitch die. And so if you fail and you get stressed, that's how you like build glitch. It's also how you break your dice. Because of the storyline, I got a permanent glitch die, which is red. So what a glitch die does is no matter what the skill is, no matter how proficient you are, or how bad you are, which so that could be a good thing, you have a 20% success rate and an 80% failure rate, no matter what it is. So I have a permanent glitch die. I almost never use it because the consequences of negatives are so bad that it's like a 1 in 5 positive doesn't cover the 8 negatives. So there's very few safe rolls in the game, but I would use it on a safe roll. And I have used it before when I've been really desperate and it worked out. So there's that. Okay. When you entered the access spire, the crew suddenly went very quiet. The images of vast space seen through the viewing windows, the pristine wall paneling, the cool and quiet. There is a sacred mood to this place, a feeling of hallowed ground. I mean, it does look cool. Like we did find something. Now, as the facility's final entry lock whirs, the flooding the passage with stale, dusty, 10,000-year-old air, Junie speaks. It's impossible. 10,000-year-old air? She drifts down the spire and out in the cavernous interior. A constellation of red specks marks the vast extent of the space, and within, a ring of monolithic buildings curve away, running along the circumference of the massive chamber. I'm worried about security. I bet an alarm's about to go off. For, I think, a race that doesn't exist anymore. But they have automated drones and stuff that we had to worry about before. You follow her slowly out of the doorway and into the bunker. With a name like that, you imagined low slope ceilings, stark tunnels. That's called a bunker. A basement cut into the rock, but this place is a cathedral, a cocoon the size of a city. Do we tell people about this and now it's just like a new city? Because some of these space station hubs we went to are pretty small. Ooh. Swallowed that a little wrong. Excuse me. It's always bad when you swallow sparkling water rum. Look at that ring! Vast structurally encircling the cavern. That's Solon built all right. It almost looks like Erlin's eye. Descending. I hope there's lots of stuff to loot too, because I'm in a loot mood now that I kind of understand this game. Part 1, there was not really time to loot and build up resources and stuff. That was not really part 1. Part 2, it's absolutely an option. There's a little bit of a timer, so you can't just stay in one area forever, but yeah. Descending the ring takes a while. Despite the empty space, no one wants to rush through it. The feeling of entering a sacred territory remains, though the deeper you go inside, the more obvious it becomes that this place is more of a tomb than a temple. You touch down amongst the gray metal units. Most of them featureless and dark, tower above you now. Plain frontages revealing little about their function on the interior. Stay close. Junie moves ahead at a gasp of 2 structures. This place is a labyrinth. Ooh, okay, cool. We got a warden. That's an interesting name. Warden, like a person in charge of a prison? Someone who protects? I don't know. Either way, we should probably be careful. Welcome, visitors. A pale flickering appears near one of the units atop a square pedestal. I am the warden. Please provide access credentials. It pauses for a moment before repeating this request. Junie freezes and holds a calming hand out to you. She retrieves her deck, sliding it carefully from her backpack and turns it on. You look over at the warden, who waits patiently, white-eyed in absence. Restating its security request with a regular rhythm. You guess that it's just an avatar just to exist to make human interactions comfortable. Were these Solum humans, I guess? Well, I guess everything we've seen is a human, right? Maybe... Yeah, I mean, this is tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of years in the future from present time, maybe? Or is it Star Wars and it's millions of years ago? Who knows? Its true body is the facility itself. It's a vast ring speckled with sensors and systems. Suddenly, the warden stops speaking. Then a flash of red passes along the corridor. Credentials not provided. Lockdown activated. 10, 9. You look over at Junie, whose eyes rapidly scanning through a screen full of data. Besting. Junie stumbles through the pronunciation of the passphrase. Lighter. Ilstead. She looks at the warden avatar expectantly. The warden flickers again. Distorts and then stabilizes. Oversight connection not active. Reattempting. It repeats itself again and then again. Intoning the words on a regular rhythm. Look at Junie holding still as she encountered a wild animal. She meets your eyes and gives no indication of any action you might take. Loop, bypass, engage. Welcome, officer. This synthetic voice shifts to a different tone. Leonard Dahl. The avatar's white eyes stay blank and blind. And guests. We're guests! The protocol has been active the entire time, Bliss whispers. Surely that's not possible. Yeah, what did they say? Tens of... Hold on. How long has this place been here? I'm gonna go back. Tens of thousands of years? I don't think... I think that was part of the other dialogue. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. We'll go tens of thousands. We good, Junie? She looks at the warden. Warden, are we approved to access all facilities? Yes, Officer Dahl, the warden replies. Please remember, you're responsible for the conduct of your guests while visiting the facility. Oh, so we might not be looting a whole lot. We might need to be careful. We should be careful. I don't like this, says Bliss. You move forward, pushing between the structures towards a large building, in the hope that it holds the facility's central data core. As you do, you pass benches, barren gardens with desiccated grass. There we go. A drinking bottle floats in the air among the dust. This place is dead. Be aware, officer, the warden appears in the dark, shimmering pedestal. Due to this facility's extended run cycle and the activation of the hibernation protocol, access to the central data store will be strictly limited. First of all, you said we had access to all facilities. And secondly, hibernation protocol? For the facility, or are there people here? However, if you wish to show your guests the habitation facilities, I'm sure they will enjoy the tour. The avatar remains expressionless, disconnected to the voice that accompanies it. On a personal note, I'm glad to see you return to the facility. I'm happy to report that I'm ready for program reactivation anytime. Thank you, she pauses. Can I ask how long the hibernation protocol was activated? 11,473 Helion standard cycles ago. So cycles are days, right? Yeah, because we're on like cycle 70 or whatever. If I'm in error, I apologize. Some subsystems have not been properly maintained. You look at the blind avatar standing on its own. Yeah, so like, yeah, Fry Guy, that's like 30 years then, right? Like, that seems wrong because they were like 10,000-year-old air. But she did say she might be wrong. So, standing on its pedestal waiting for an order that will never come. So many cycles in the dark, patiently holding this place together that fell apart, resisting entropy in its bubble of the past. Thank you, Warden, that'll be all. Junie nods for the avatar, which promptly blinks out of existence, leaving only dust and darkness. I mean, if she's wrong about the time, that would be good, because theoretically, Officer Dahl could still be alive 30 years later, but not 10,000 years later, so it would create some like, oh, your expired credentials here. She turns to you and speaks quietly, but none of you know what sensors the Warden vast body might have that might access. It won't last long. We need to make the most of it. I mean, we don't have access. Let's go for the core. The Warden won't like that, but it's where the data is. We can try to be delicate. This is probably a bad idea. I don't know how long it'll last. Let's go within. Oh boy. So this is the Warden's stress. Okay, so ring facility or the core. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, so this is how we probably get items and stuff. There's a lot of well-preserved components in this facility. With care and time, they can be extracted. Okay. The HAB units are like a museum, preserve, sealed bunker. What can we find? Okay. Okay. So these are risky. This is the loot, and I'm guessing if we get neutrals or fails, we get stress. Okay. So the core, maybe we just hit this when we only have like guarantees. But it's risky, not dangerous. I can do this one. So I can use my push. Oh, I almost want to use my glitch die, knowing that if I fail, then, like if I use it over here, if I fail, I can reduce my own stress. But that's just stress. That doesn't help us with the warden stress. So that might not be worth it. I mean, I can't use Junie at all. She's got plus to her die, but that doesn't help us. I can do this here. Oh boy, that's not even 100%, is it? Okay. I kind of want to I want to loot. I said I wanted to loot, and here I am wanting to loot. I think I'm going to start here and just see what happens. We got a positive and a neutral. Okay, neutral is we got a souvenir, but we didn't get stress because it's risky. So I think that's okay. Let's do another one. I'm guessing a negative is guaranteed stress, even on a risky. Neutral, again, not great rolls. Okay, and then I'm gonna push, make this a 6, go over here for the 100%, and let's see, I hope I get 3. Okay, that's only +2. Yikes. We only have 4 goes at it, and she rolled so bad. But this is risky over here. So this probably gives us 1, I'm guessing, and this gives us 2. So how many are there? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We need 6 perfect dice here. Or 5 more. Yikes, that's gonna be rough. That is going to be rough. Okay. We did what we can. We again used 6 dice. I think using 6 dice is pretty good. If we get a little farther into it and it looks like we're not going to complete it, I will start using my glitch dice. So that's bad. That is bad. And she rolled 2s. This is just terrible. Okay. 1 crisis active plus 1 per cycle. Okay, so so her stress is now going to grow regardless of what we do. So, yeah, I mean, I think we just lost, essentially. I don't know that we get anything out of here. I'm being serious, because these are 1s, so if I push them, they're going to be 4s, and 4s have a 25% chance of failing. 4s, no, there'll be 5s over here, though. I don't know. Whatever. Let's do it. We don't want a neutral. Yeah. Neutral still gave us +2, but gave us a stress. Gave us a stress, not the warden. Okay, that's actually good. That's actually really good, because we can take the stress. Because we lost the stress with our ability. So that's actually not bad. This... Do I just do it? You know what? I gotta do it. We rolled bad, and we have a limited amount of time. Wow, positive is +2, but this is +2, and that's dangerous. Wow, do we do it again? I think we risk it again. I think we do. Okay, so negative is a warden stress, and so neutral, not a warden stress, negative is. So that's actually fine. Okay, Bliss, let's use your 3. Not great. Plus stress to her, but not the warden. Do I do this? I think I do. This. We're going very risky right now. We got lucky there. That was really good. Okay. That was good. This might have been the best we could do with a bunch of bad die. Okay, so if we get some decent die, come on, big 6, 4, 6, 6, 3, good, that's good. We got this. Now our warden stress is not amazing. From what I have learned before, sometimes when you complete the main thing, it just shuts everything else down. So we got 2, so if we get 2 positives, we're locked in. We have 1, probably 2 right here. Probably. Actually, I think this is a guarantee because didn't neutral give us +2 also? So I think we're good. So let's get these. Let's get, do I want to do this? Let's do this. Let's use our not good die. Come on. Okay, we got +1, not our favorite. So let's go over here. Let's use this here. +2. I was just thinking that because it's just like, we could, like, that's a neutral. Darn it. I want to do it this turn, but I don't see how we can unless, like, this seems so risky, right? I want to do everything this turn, and we're, like, this close to doing it. Like, I have the 2 dice. We can just get it done right here. See, I think it's going to start an alarm, and then we're not going to be able to loot the other stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, this is risky. Okay. We have to use our dice. Just such a waste. All right, let's do this one. We're basically going to give ourselves like a 50-50 chance to get everything. All right. There's an unsettling quiet to the hab units. Soft silence that blankets every room in the hallway. It's obvious from the number of rooms, the detritus, the scale of this place, that it was built to house hundreds, maybe thousands of people. Perhaps it did. Perhaps at the height of the solemn control of this system, the rooms were filled with life. Okay. What kind of life would it be, though? Maintaining and running a secret installation inside a distant rock? No sun to speak of? No outside beyond the vast cavern that surrounds you? Yes. I mean, that's like so much of what we're doing. So, I don't know. That doesn't seem like that crazy. An eternal dark punctuated by flashes of artificial light. And yet, even in such a place, life grows. You know that for yourself. From being a sleeper. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Alright, even in the endless dark, people find ways to live. Come now, take a look at this. Junie's searching a few rooms away. They glide to the open doorway. I'm glad I did this. Even if we like fail the next roll, we're low on supplies, so I don't know. Maybe I want to loot while we're here. This game has so much more to the looting and stuff than the first game that I felt like there's so much of the first game that I never got to see. Right? Into a living room with couches meant for 0G use, a magnetic table, a window that looks out a constellation, red lights. Okay. Junie is holding an object that makes you stop and stare, blinking at what seems like an unusual reversal of scale. It's a model, you realize, of the rig. Not your rig, obviously, but a rig, or an MEV Riger class, as the plaque on the base tells you. Mobile extraction vehicle. Junie follows your eyes to the plaque. Riger class, she frowned. Seriously? That's why we call them rigs? Oh, like thousands of years later, we call them rigs because of this old language. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What does Riker mean anyway? She signs. Another solemn mystery. You look at the model, still fascinated by seeing your ship rendered in such careful detail. You try to imagine what this model meant to those who lived here. A child's toy? A meaningless corporate knickknack? The model's purpose remains opaque. There's so many of these flying around the system before the collapse, you know. Junie turns the model over in her hand. Solem used to rent them out to colonists. I've seen the records. This is long. And we're doing a lot of talking again. I said I was going to do less reading and kind of skim a little more. That's what they did here. They claimed the system, then rather than exploit it themselves, they provided goods and service to those who would. The workers paid for the transit of the system, then accommodation equipment and accessing the mining claims. Other corps like XPR and Neovend paid Solem to access this closed market to provide other services. Meanwhile, Celebel paid even more to test terraforming tech in the system. They built massive projects here. Okay, I didn't know any of that, but then they collapsed? Yeah, that's what happened when you're built on other people's work. A few high-profile accidents malfunction and the exodus begins. Once it starts, the shareholders lose trust. Junie turns and squints out the window, and here we are at the far end. Here, Junie hands you the rig model, a gift. I hope I can sell this. You take it and turn it over in your hands. You see something on the base, some words scratched and you can't read. You run your fingers along them, touching the past. That's the closest thing to a treasure I think that will turn up here. The people who worked at this place didn't have much to their names, it seems, and what little they did have, Solem owned that too. She leads you out of the hab unit, passing countless doors, some sealed, some open. That leads to countless rooms where countless employees lived or tried to. Like it or not, this is what made the Helion system. What built the decaying structures you cling to as they orbit the stars. What this legacy means is now a decision every resident of the Starward Belt has to make. Okay. Pretty good. We're going to now do this one. Did that, I don't think that, technically gave us something. But it's fine. Whatever. Here we go. And now we complete this one. If I'd done these in a different order, I would have had another dice, but whatever. I was hoping to get lucky. Now we leave. We're going to do some more reading. Wait, what? There's a lot of well-preserved components in this facility. With care, we can take time to extract them. Is it because I did this one first? Or is this just something I get as we leave? Because that's kind of what happened on the other one. It just, I just got a bunch of money when we left. Okay, let's try to remember this. All right, I'm going to type this into the chat here. We got 211, forget fuel and supplies, 1891. I seriously doubt we're going to get, process scrap, because that's something that you, make in one of the space stations. I think the Y is supposed to be, a Y, like pony. So... be Rieger, but we call it rig, so it's all lost in language, but yeah, that could be okay. Here we go. Let's get this. Let's get it. We got it. Whew. So we did everything in this one turn. That is amazing. I don't think there's anything left, because I think once we get this, we have to leave immediately. Done. Junie removes her cable from the extracted cable port. She looks up from the boxy piece of hardware, one that wouldn't fit inside any ship short of a freighter, and stares at the dome ceiling above. I almost said doomed ceiling. That's not how that word works. An occultist at its apex, letting a shaft of light into the hall. It's a grand piece of architecture for what amounts to a massive piece of data storage. But then Solem always did have a sense of grandeur when it came to its projects. Why should a secret signal monitoring facility be any less opulent than other buildings? You took everything? No, she laughed. All that, she pointed at the core, doesn't fit onto this. She taps her deck. But I scraped the high-level stuff. That'll have to be enough. We should go. I'm not sure how the warden will react. I don't think we'll be able to get back in time. Uh-oh. As if listening for the name, the warden suddenly apparates onto one of the pedestals. It stares, statuesque, across the hall, its eyeline way above your head. Is this like when they plug in the Apple PowerBook into the alien spaceship in Independence Day? That's such a good movie, though. I think it's a little different because she, like specifically Junie, has been like collecting data about the Solum for a long time. So I think that's why. And the previous ship that we hacked, like she like got through each data core and things like that. It's like Nick Cage. Is he good or is he bad? It's such a bad movie and at the same time a great movie. I think I gotta disagree with you a little. I think there are many movies that fall in that. I think Independence Day is just a good movie. And Nicolas Cage he's a once in a generation talent. That's for sure. Officer Dahl, its voice sounds strange now, stretched out. I have detected inconsistencies in the central data core. I believe they may have been unauthorized access. Junie looks at you nervously. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I will investigate when I can, but for now, a guest and I, she looks away, have to depart. The warden flickers, the warden bends and warps. Uh-oh! I don't have any dice left, so if we need dice this turn, we're in trouble. The Nicolas Cage thing was a community reference. I actually remember watching a YouTube video on is Nicolas Cage good or bad? It was like an hour and a half long video. It was really good. I think the main takeaway from that video, if I'm remembering the details, this is years ago, was that every role he does is different. So that's why some are bad and some are good. Is because he picks a unique character for every movie he goes to. Theoretically. I mean, unless it's a sequel. But yeah, I did enjoy the show, Community. The warden bends and warps. The warden screeches to a pulse with the digital noise. Of course, the warden's voice is still broken. I hope you enjoyed your visit to this facility. Okay, because we didn't have the warden so stressed out, I think we got away with this. Junie looks up at the statue. Let's go, Junie. Junie nods and glides out of the domed hall. You and Junie kick off the rig outside the core, and Rise Spire entered. As you do, you watch a few red lights. I think we got pretty lucky this outing with our rolls, I would say. And happy for that. Embarked on the framework of the cavern flicker. We didn't get lucky with the dice quality. Independence Day is a bad movie in the same sense that like Fast and Furious is a bad movie though. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm not on board with that. I think Fast and Furious is one of those bad good movies. That's like, oh, this is ridiculous, but I'm having fun kind of thing. I think The Rock actually brought those movies down. Weirdly. Do you think the warden is sentient? I mean, as a sleeper, maybe she goes, I thought you might know. I don't know. Junie nods. Me either. She looks up at approaching spire. Bliss is waiting to access the spire. Time to close up. Let's get on with it. Junie cycles the airlock. I'm glad that we looted both things and accomplished the goal with 2 supplies left. That's 30 credits we saved. And you go through now in your suits and helmets, ascending the sealed spire. As you do, you look out the viewing windows and something catches your eye. The ring's red lights of those left in the cavern are turning off layer by layer. You turn to Junie, but she's already looking out the opposite side. The warden is shutting it all down. She pauses. She's ending it. Ruh-roh! You have to force the hatch back open at the top, and by the time you do, the spire is dark. The pristine walls are no longer lit. You come out of the caverns of stars, an impossible number of them spread out every direction. You take a moment and look. After being tucked away in the bunker, seem impossibly bright and impossibly beautiful. Is this actually brighter than when we got here? I feel like they did actually do that. Maybe I'm just imagining it. You glance across at Junie, and she sees you looking for the stars too, absorbing their light, as if doing so might lift her out of the time when things were different. So interesting. We're still here with the warden's dress. And we can still go back and... Okay, so we have the chance to loot these if we hadn't, but we did. So we're good. Yeah, so we just got... That was a major quest? That was not that difficult, really. We got 1 stress. We got 3 warden stresses. We're leaving with no stress. We didn't break any die. All right. Yeah, let's leave. Cool. Terrible roll. Seraphim settles the rig of the Holmes Rock, the solemn array glinting in the sun. Oh, okay, let's look at the supplies we got. Okay, 211, same. 1891. Okay, so we got nothing? Looking at the station, you suddenly remember the model Junie gave you, and you take it out of your pocket. Seeing it in full light, you notice it's made of cast metal, surprisingly detailed and robust looking. Well, look at that. It's a mini rig. You let him take it. He turns it over his hands, looking at it. What a find, he gazes at the model ship. What are you going to do with it? Mount it on your console. Really? Well, we can do that for sure. He looks at the model for another moment, pats your shoulder. Good call. Everyone can enjoy it then. Yeah, obviously. Obviously, that's what we're doing. I'll get it sorted. He turns back. It's gonna look great. What was the other option? I don't even know what the other option was, because that just seemed like the obvious choice. Maybe we'll get more of these when we land. Sleeper, Junie puts it gently on your shoulder. You turn to see her smiling. Thank you for going out on a limb for me. I know it wasn't the most profitable job. Well, so far we've earned nothing, and it cost us money. I'll be thinking about it for, well, ever. I managed to extract some data you can use. Oh, give us some data. And I'm going to search through everything we pulled off the bunker. Junie looks. I want to show you it was worthwhile. It was worthwhile. She nods. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But also, shouldn't we tell people about it? Like, hey, break into that. There's a whole city there that you can live on. Maybe scrappers and stuff, they can take it over and disable the warden. I don't know. Like, there's a whole city people can live on there. Also start seeing where to find the kind of tools I need to work with data like this. Her smile's fading. So, okay, so that kind of goes to kind of the joke we were talking about, Fry Guy, about her, like, connecting to the system. She still can't really interface with it. She needs to find the right tools for it. So it's kind of like she can interface with some things, but not everything. So they're kind of like trying to find that balance to make it, I think, a little bit more realistic. We can't let it go to waste, but my deck is not going to be enough. Dark side might be the only option. It's the biggest remaining solar facility in the belt. Oh, dark. That's the dark side. AKA verisimilitude. Yes, that word. It's the appearance of truth. Either way, thank you for bringing me with you. I'm glad to be a part of this. Hey, did I get 2 points? She looks away nervously, and then before you can respond, she's off. Off to find... Which is what I need for, Lex. Yes. Independence Day. That's true. The other, like... Also, Will Smith punches the alien's exoskeleton, knocks him out. Also not super realistic. Off to find the corner where she can dig. Also, just the way their planes flew, not realistic. In order to better future. Okay. Oh, okay. So now let's look at our stuff. We got no credits. 1891. Okay. So we got 4 Solum data. So that's basically what we got out of this, which we can turn into something here. This colorful machine is corroded and collapsing. It only has a few prints left before it's just a pile of scrap. I mean, all right, let's try it. What do we get out of this? 1 rare component. Okay, so we got 1 rare component. What's that worth? 50? No, engine component's worth 50. I don't know what a rare component is worth. We haven't broken enough dice. I'm going to hold on to this in case this is useful elsewhere. But now we know we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more rare components. It's getting late. You're leaving, and it's not your bad take on a 30-year-old movie. Yeah, have a good night. No worries, it is getting late. We have not stopped. We're an hour and 55 minutes into this without a break. We're pushing through because I am enjoying this game, but I do want to move on to the next game. Like I want to let's get it. Okay, so really we actually didn't get very much on that trip, which is kind of like, I guess I don't know. Looking at it this way, we got the little ship thing, which makes our friends happy, and maybe there's some storyline thing there, so that's fine. I don't mind that. We got 2 points because we completed a quest. I don't mind that. But what was the point, I guess, of completing the other thing? We got 4 data. Is the 4 data, maybe the 4 data is the thing we completed, and then the core, yeah, I guess I just don't know. I don't know. That's all there is to it. It just felt like we did a lot and then we didn't get very much. Let's go. Yep, 9 crypto. I'll take that. We'll go here. If we fail this, I think we just lose energy. Oh, positive outcome. Let's do another one. Neutral outcome. We'll take it. Do we dare? I don't want to roll a 1. Let's go ahead and let's use our glitch dice. All right, we lost an energy. You know what? Because whatever, we'll lose an energy. It doesn't matter. Man, there you go. That's how you use your dice. I like being on a station like this. That's just very safe. Okay. We can head out right now. We could just head out right now. You know what? Let's stay one more day. We'll get a supply because of our teammates. That'll save us 15, and then we'll use whatever dice we have to work again. And I'll work on the solar array, which gives me plus energy, unless I roll so bad that we can't. Yeah, because now in this game you get kind of an advantage for hanging out. Oh, we got 2 supply. That's 30. That actually is really good for us. Yeah, that's good. Absolutely terrible dice. Just as bad as you can imagine, I guess. I don't think this is a good idea. Neutral outcome does give us plus energy. Okay, I'll take it. Let's get lucky. I got a 50-50 chance of getting +1, 50-50 chance of getting -1. Oh no, let's do it again. Come on. Yeah! Alright, so we used all 4 dice and we're exactly where we left off. Let's max out our fuel here because this is a really good place because it's 6. Some places actually do charge more. I don't know why I do that. You know what? Do I do this? Do I do the 20% chance? I do, and let me tell you why. Because we're gonna get it, that's why. We didn't get it, I was wrong. Here's why. Because this costs 15, and I think it gives you +4, so it didn't matter either way. Okay, and let's go ahead and get our last supply. The supply is 20. So we finished 209, which means all said and done, before we got here, we spent 2 of these. We got 1 rare component and 2 data, essentially. That's like what we got out of this. Not the best. All right, let's figure out where we're going to next. we're getting low on quest, which is actually good. It makes me feel like we are making real progress in this game. We're gonna run a quick little ad while I decide where to go. Okay. So we want to go to the hollow. Let's track this because it's nice when things pop up. Hollow's down here. Greenbelt's here. We might just go straight to Greenbelt. I think Greenbelt is somewhere we've never been before. Scatter yards. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go bop, 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 bop. We're gonna do a loop this way. We are gonna stop here. Why are we gonna stop here? We're gonna stop here because I don't know what's on Greenbelt. So I don't know if the fuel is expensive or what. So we're gonna stop here. It also gives a chance for storyline things to kick in, because that usually happens while we travel. Okay, nothing happened there. Oh, this is this place. Oh, yeah, this works out because essentially all this place is spend your dice and get fuel, get supplies. So hopefully we have enough fuel and this wasn't a mistake. Yeah, we get scrap, for example, and we can get data scrapping here. Yeah, so we could get fuel, we could get supplies. So yeah, stopping here is not bad. We just happen to like not do great with dice and everything here is dangerous. So that's not great. Let's go for the data because it gives us the Solum data. Let's get lucky. Neutral outcome, we lost 1 energy. Okay. Could be worse. Let's do better this time. Okay. We're good on that. I don't want to starve, but we have 4 now, which means when we go back to that other space station, we can max it out. Not sure what to do about our lack of food. Is there anything I can... Oh, right. We can turn a supply into food. Yeah, maybe stopping here wasn't the best. Maybe. Let's see if we can scavenge fuel. We've gotten a lot of negative outcomes, so let's just get... Yeah, we've got a positive outcome. There's +3 fuel. See? I knew we had to do 1 good die. We only have 1 energy, though, so I don't know what's going to happen. But we can always turn one of our supplies into a full meal. Okay, well, welcome back. We are now here at the Greenbelt. This is No, I was going to say, I think this is the only location we haven't been to, but we also haven't been to a hollow, have we? Or scrapyard. I don't know. We probably haven't been anywhere. I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's start out here. So we've got the depot, unclaimed deliveries. Retrieve stores. The depot's workers aren't very happy about keeping the spores here for cycles. They won't release them until you pay a handling fee. Okay, this is getting the spores. Okay, so they want us to pay 40. That's not nothing. They want us to pay 40 to get this because they've been storing it so long. Arrival tower. Fabricate permission? Talk your way in. Well, I literally can't do that. Greenbelt doesn't like visitors, and rising tensions in the belt have made it less welcoming. They won't let you in without a reason. So even if we pay this, can we not get anything? I think we can just oh no, look, we can't buy supplies. We cannot buy supplies. Oh no, we can. Wait, we have fuel? Oh, we can't buy supplies, but we can buy fuel. Interesting. I'm hungry, and I'm going to run out of energy, so I guess we go for this. And hope to get lucky. We are starving. Okay. Let's go to our rig. Starving is bad. Let's use one of our supplies. And let's make a meal. It gives us 4, not bad. That's it. We did such a bad job rolling, that's it. Let's get some big numbers this time, that'd be great. Those are some okay numbers. I mean, look, we're gonna pay the 40 anyways, so let's just pay this now. And then see if that gets us... Okay, that gets us what we want. So we actually don't have to do anything else here. That's just the quest. We did it. I was kind of wondering about that. So, since we're here and we do have a couple decent dice, neutral's not bad. All right, we need a positive. Positive would be ideal. That's a neutral. Well, I mean, 50-50. Let's go for it. This just seems like a bad idea, but we got there. Yeah, another 50-50. Coin flip. All right. Coin flip is better than the 80-20, but let's do it. This is all very risky. Hey, we got there. I just hate having dice left over, you know? Greenbelt buzzes with focused activity. Passage is full at shift change. I was figuring we would unlock a restaurant. Place that runs on its own schedule, but comfortably so. The comfort brought by being one of the largest producers in the belt. Oh, okay, that's why they're like, you gotta pay extra. There's always work in the fields. Protected by a thick skin of transparent layers, you can see why the humble life it offers has captured more than a few of the belt's itinerant workers. Sleeper? The voice, soft but focused, takes you by surprise. They might know who we are, and we don't know who they are because we've lost our memory. As you turn, you're met with a delicate face wearing a confused expression. Apologies, I mistook you for someone else. She covers her embarrassment with a smile. I'm Aka. What brings you to Greenbelt? Just looking. Well, we aren't usually open for spectators, but I'll make an exception. Come with me. She leads you through the passage of the doors, gliding down the passages cut into the rock, up the pipelines, across the fields. She stops on a bridge overlooking a soft curve of farmland that makes up one of the asteroid's 2 biospheres. Below, leaves like leaf from a plant, not she left. Leaves flap in 0G. Waves spreading across a sea of green. The varieties we farm here are specially selected and customized for microgravity. We feed them from beneath, irrigating and nourishing them through the very medium they grow within. The light of helium helps that, of course. Squints the transparent roof. Where are all these plants from? Solum left us many things, including a few seed vaults filled with their own engineered microgravity crops. Then there are the stacks found across the belt. Self-contained microfarms. We've been able to propagate crops from them in some cases. But how about you? Could you contribute to such a place? A green and growing strip of gray belt? I'd like to. Feel free to take a shift below anytime you wish. I will tell the others to expect you. Okay. The plants, they have some kind of peace and eternal quality that makes them seem less fragile than they are. This place, like any other in the belt, has its pressures. It is for me to navigate them. She looks away, frowning at something. I must attend to those pressures. Excuse me, I'm glad our paths cross. She takes a bow. They do again. And with that, she leaves, looking over the sea of gently waving green. Okay, cool. So that's good. I did need to unlock this. Here I can get food. Food costs 10. Let's see how much. How much do I get? I'm running out of money quick. That's 4 energy. That makes sense. This is a place that grows food. Okay. The microphone is not. Can you hear that? Can you hear this high pitched, or is that me? This might be like tinnitus. doesn't look like it's coming through the microphone. Okay, and it's gone. Well, that was unfortunate. That was very unpleasant. Okay, so I can take a shift. Oh, engineering. I have that. So I'm guessing this is going to give me food also. Oh, okay. The Greenbelt's close-knit community. You'll have to prove. Oh, this is good. I have engineering, so I'm excited about that. I need fuel to be able to leave. Okay, so I can buy fuel. I still can't buy supplies. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. Do they just not have supplies? Oh, no, I'm maxed out on supplies. Oh, duh. Boy, that was silly. Okay, let's change this to... Let's have them scavenge fuel. Hold on, how much is fuel? Fuel is only 3 here. Interesting. They must make like ethanol or whatever, because fuel is 6 or 8 everywhere. So the fact that it's 3 here. Okay, so with that in our mind, let's tell our friends to work odd jobs. I'm actually going to probably stay here for a little while. We got 159. Let's see how much money they get us. We got like 5 people on this crew. All right, they made 12. 12's fine. It's probably 6 per. But with how cheap fuel is and the more max supplies, this is the only thing that makes sense. So this is the wheat shaft where we can buy a meal. Okay. Let's do it. Let me start with, it's risky and not dangerous. So I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I figured we would get energy and like we don't need energy. So a neutral outcome still got us +1. Wow, positive outcome is +2. Again, we get energy. We don't need the energy. Food is cheap here. Fuel is cheap here. Yeah, I mean, we could risk it. I don't know. Let's go for it. I think we just lose energy. Yeah, that's fine. You know what? We'll just do this every day because losing energy is not a big deal. But next time, we do the bad dice first. Let's do better than 12 this time. We do the bad dice first. That way we get energy doing the good dice. Okay, we got 14 that time. All right, we got a little bit more. Obviously, like, we will have to leave because look, this will fill up. But I'm enjoying this. I like this place. Look at all these terrible rolls I got. We're gonna be starving if I don't get a positive outcome. All right, +1 energy. This is kind of funny how bad I'm rolling. Well, it's not just that I'm rolling bad, it's that the dice are bad and I'm getting a bad percentage check. Do we do one more? We do one more. Yeah, we'll just do them all. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, not really much else I can do here, really. I would like to get through this, so it'd be nice if I could roll, like, semi-decent. We have 2 good dice this time? That's kind of crazy. All right. And this is a skill we have a plus in, so, like, we are actively getting bad rolls. Even with the 5, I got a neutral. It's like, come on. All right, good. Beating the odds on that one. Or not beating the odds. Neutrals, I forgot. Neutrals give us plus energy, too. We just, their last day was terrible. We were literally 1 away, but there's just nothing we can do there. All right. Hopefully what happens, I mean, this is the most we've ever had with this. I don't know if something happens before it maxes out, but this is the most we've ever had of this guy, like, about to find us. We've been on the move, like, this whole time. Okay. So, let's do a not great one first. Perfect. Okay. I wanted to save my better dice in case there's something else. You have a natural ability with the plants, really? Because that was, what? We did, like, 12 dice to get that to happen? It's rare. You expect the typical warm smile, but she looks pale, distracted. I have something I want to discuss with you. She leads you out of the biome into a damp rock-cut tunnels. All across the green belt. I'm sure you've noticed a section of our fields that's been lying fallow. She glides to the low tunnel. It's been like that since I took over as administrator here. My predecessor was the one to fail it, and confidence was lost in his vision. She shakes her head. But we have been unable to recover it. No matter the crop, the preparations, nothing will take. She leads you through a set of double doors and then up with the second biosphere. Immediately you feel the difference. The air is dry, and a thin, choking dust fills the space. She puts out a hand and rubs the dust between her fingers. With its output halved, Greenbelt is under threat. Those who wish to control this place are circling. We cannot lose our independence. Oh, this seems like a good task. I might need to leave and come back, though, because I've been getting terrible dice, and I don't think I have enough to help you. We are going to drink a sparkling ice classic lemonade. The lemonade might not be great for my throat. This has a lot of reading, so I'm a little worried about my throat getting tired, but we do need to wet our whistle. Ooh, that's very sour. It's like if I had a glass, I would water it down. But it wasn't always in the belt. She stares at the dry landscape. But I wasn't always in the belt. I was born on a moon. Ember Steppe. A failed experiment in terraforming before the collapse. We survived by cultivating the dust. I came here like many in the shadow of war. My ship lost. But it held the key, and perhaps holds it still. She wipes the dust from her fingers. Steppe silk. A plant that thrives in the dry and the dust. A plant that might thrive here. I've seen your ship, and you have shown me you are to be trusted. I want you to go to the remains of my own. Go to the remains of my own, the wind's long shadow, and try to recover anything that we might use. A plant, a seed, a husk, anything. This is actually cool, because this gets us ability to leave, which is helpful because that guy's chasing us, so this actually works out for us. It's a desperate step. She frowns and looks away. Where's the ship? Yeah, this sounds good. This sounds like a nice little distraction while we're already out here. The wind's long shadow lies wrecked beyond the sunward's edge of the belt. Cryophore I shouldn't have bought the spores, because maybe now I would get a discount. Beyond the Hillian Gate. Oh, I just looked. We got a lot of cryo from that. Good. It was a good day. I don't know what remains. My crew and I were lucky to escape. Greenbelt has reserves of cryo for moments like these. We will pay you for the retrieval. Somebody's going to pay me for something? Whoa. Depending on what you're able to retrieve. This is our final recourse. And I will not be judged so harshly as my predecessor. Okay. Oh, I can offer you fuel for your trip. Oh, that's good, because I don't have very much. But the fuel is cheap, so I wasn't like really too worried about that. But it's still kind of nice. The journey to Hillian Gate and the wreck beyond will require it. Come. Oh, we're back to the gate. I don't really like the gate unless I get good dice. Let us go back to where the green things grow. It's a better place to consider our future together. Okay. New contract. New drive available. Help the fraction ship? No. What's the new one? Help Aki. I gotta find a way to like pronounce her name, because every time I see it, I'm just like, I don't know. What should I say? Okay. This is I like this. She filled up our fuel. I mean, it didn't save us a ton because it's cheap here, but that's great. So there's kind of nothing else we can do. Yeah, Darn it. I have actually 3 kind of like mediocre dice, and there's nothing I can do with those dice right now. So I'm a little bummed. There's just literally nothing I can do. Okay, so it wants us to go here first, which takes 7, which means we have to kind of get good dice while we're there. This question is, or this quest brings us back to Far Spindle, so we might just make that trip and turn that quest in before, like, we're still avoiding doing all these other quests. But you know what? A little back and forth is good because we need to reduce that guy's following us. Okay, so terrible dice, which are truly dangerous here. So let's see. Oh boy. Oh, we get 100 per husk. Okay. Here's the problem. This is 4 fuel, but it took us 6 to get here. Hold on. How much would it take to get here? Okay, 4. Okay, so we actually do have enough fuel to get back to Far Spindle. So, yeah. The only reason I'm even thinking about this is because my dice are so bad. I don't want to, like, go to the fuel depot here and get, like, damaged. We'll try 1. We'll try our best die. +2 fuel, -1 energy. That's a fair trade because energy doesn't matter on trips. So the only question is, do we spend our 2 points on -1 another dice? I really wish this dice was like already broken and then I wouldn't have to like do anything, if that makes sense. That'd be great. Okay. Let's go. We have 5 and we have 10 fuel. Okay. Get out of here. Oh, okay, we're gonna be farming. Okay, hold on. What skills go with farming? Intuit and endure. Intuit and interface. I don't know, what do we think? Probably not engineering? Is this crazy? We have engineer. I'm thinking Intuit. So whoever has the highest Intuit, they're definitely going. And then I'm thinking, like, I'm not thinking engage at all. I'm thinking either engineer or endure. Those are the ones we have pluses for. So we might go Intuit and interface. That's what I'm going with. Intuit and interface. And I can't ever click the right thing. Hold on. I just remembered. They don't tell me the names of these things. I need to remember what the symbol is. Okay. Diamond. Double diamond. Why am I so bad at video games? Oh geez, my earbud was like kind of like falling out and I just tucked it back in and now I can hear the music. There's music. Wait, is that my music playing? Oh, that's funny. That's my music playing. You know what? It actually works. This is called Mystic Ambiance. I actually paid for this on a Humble Bumble. It was like $12 and you get like 8 billion songs. But I like it. It actually kind of works for this. Let's go. And we also still have some hunt going, so. Okay, so diamond, double diamond, yeah? This is it, right? Let's go. Junie doesn't have a lot of stress. Okay, so it's 100 per husk that's recovered. The Windsong Shadow broken open and sunward edge of the belt. one of the refuge ships that made the fraught journey out of the belt from the inner system before the war truly took hold. The Wind's Long Shadow is a monument now. I don't know how they got out. Maybe they just used an escape spot. Pretty pile of scrap. Are we really expected to find remnants of plant and all that? It's hard to imagine this cold, dead place might hold some key to the future of Greenbelt. Step silk husk. That's what Aki said? Nailed it. Definitely how you pronounce that. If there's anything left, it'll be your job to continue this place. This is no salvage job. You need to be delicate. The more of those things we can get, the more they'll pay. Yeah. Not to be total mercenary. Hey, they seem to have plenty of money, and this is going to revitalize their economy, so I'm not too stressed. You look at the wreck shrouded in debris. Delicate, right? Time to put those to a test. Okay. Crop processing, the rig, storage vault, broken dust house. Okay, hold on. Break open the bays, cut open the bays. Do we, like, we're supposed to be gentle or whatever? Are we, like, is cut open the bay better than break open? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me read. Stepsilk search. Finding the stepsilk husk left behind in the processing bays will take care, patience, and a little luck. The bays are leaking atmosphere, and your search is making it worse. If they lose it all, any husk will be destroyed. Okay, so this is bad. Storage vault. Oh, I think I know. Another mission was like this. I think there is the silk in each area. So we will need to complete each area. This is good. That's a 5. Okay. This actually works out really well for us because we can just use whoever's skills. Nope. That's our ship. I was wrong about needing interface. Oh, no, here we go. This has a... Do we just only do the ones we know we're gonna get? +3? That's pretty good. I kind of don't want to risk it. Yeah, I can turn these 2s into a 5. So, like, I'm kind of good. This 4 is not amazing. Do we have... Yeah. Is there anything that's risky and not dangerous? No. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and this is not my favorite if I'm wrong. Wow, +2 stress, and she only has 4. Maybe we're just greedy. Maybe we just only do the ones we know we're gonna get, because the negative outcomes are so big. I don't know. Let's see, I only get 2. Wow, I only get 2. For 100% positive, only get 2. And then what's this? All right, I'm gonna try this. Oh, I wish I could cancel that. Yep, I should have done that in the other order because the push takes away a stress. So I don't know why I did that in that order. That was bad. It didn't depressurize though, so that's good. So let's go ahead and we've got a 75% chance of not that. Okay, 1 stress. We'll get there. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. This doesn't feel great. I don't know that any other skills would have been helpful. These people are fine. I just need them to roll better dice. 3's no good. 4's okay. And then mine are actually okay because this 2 can turn in. So, okay, we're doing okay. Junie, this is hers. This is hers here. And there's actually no negative here, so maybe this is okay. But if we get a negative outcome, 25% chance, she'll be out of it. And I don't want a 25% chance of her literally not being able to participate anymore. So we're only going to use her 5s and 6s. 4, 5s, and 6s. I'm not going to use this 3. This is too bad, right? No, we're going to use the 3. That might be a mistake. Jeez, neutral outcome again. Okay, but it still didn't depressurize, so that's okay. This... We have a chance of a neutral here. Okay, good. +2. We actually... Here, let's do this. And then we're going to remove our 2 stress right here. Boom. I don't know if I want to use my 6 here, you know what I mean? Like, let's risk this. This could be dumb. We did get 1 stress, but we were successful, so that's okay. Did we do it? Okay, we got 1. That's 100 credits right there. And from a gameplay point of view, like, we have saved green belt. So anything that happens from here is just like bonus. I just figured I would save my 6 for like one of these harder ones. Well, we have a +2 endure, so we could have been doing this whole time too. We haven't made any progress here. Hold on, let's see. So let's think about this. Bliss, I have to think if they roll a 6, basically what can they do? So if Junie rolls a 6, she can't do either of these. So what this means is we stop working on this. This is going to be Junie's and Junie's only. This is going to be for good dice from Bliss and I. Because Bliss can do this one, and then I can do either. That's my theory. I don't know if they pay different. Pay +2, but... Alright. That's my theory. Really, we're not on a time limit here. Nobody's chasing us. There's no alarms going off. We're on a supply limit. I think we can get like 15 good dice before we run out of supplies. Maybe I'm wrong. Junie got 2 good dice. The problem is this 4 still has a 50% chance neutral. I think that might knock her out of the game. This could be a mistake. +1 stress for neutral. Okay, so we can't afford that again. We're only doing 5s or 6s here. Because a 5 turns into a 6, that's why. That's okay, we'll get it next turn. So it doesn't matter. And so if she rolls bad several turns in a row, totally fine, because we're just down here. So I'm over here, and I've got a 100% chance. And if I push, my push turns into a 5, and over here turns into a 6, so we're good. So as long as I roll a 2 or more as my lowest die, we have a guarantee 1 every turn. And Bliss did not roll. Okay, we're good. We're good in like 2 more turns, even if we don't roll that well. Yeah, we're good. We're probably good next turn. All right, cool. Great. I was feeling very nervous when I got here, and now I'm just like, yeah, we got this. Just a couple good die. We're good. 2 5s, we got it. She got a 3, so that is not a guarantee. So the question is... Oh, actually, no, never mind. There is no question, because look at this. That's 100%. This one's done. Now, we don't need Junie to do this. I can do it with my 5. Unfortunately, I did roll a 1. So my 5, Yeah, because all it'll do is give me a stress. We're good. We got it. If I'm neutral, we get +1 and a stress. Great. Retrieve all 3 husks from the brick. We did it. That's 300 credits. We have never had more than, like, what, 270 was our high point? So credits have now become a thing of not concern. If the wreck wasn't dead before, now, scour the final husk of life, it surely must be. We did this for like 3 seeds, basically. There's got to be something else on here, right? As Seraphin starts up the drive, you give a windsong a final look in its final resting place. It's hard to feel sad about another chunk of scrap orbiting a system that made nothing but scrap as past regimes. But the people who lived on and built this ship, those people are worth a moment of memory. You think of them as you prepare to leave, and you hope, like Aki, they've been carried on in the new lives of the desperation of escape. And those who didn't get out, whatever. We're going. Okay, there's nothing else here. That was good. I like that. That was good. Let's leave. That was great. We didn't even get close to ruining the husks. Not a single time. Hey, I rolled good dice. So let's get some stuff while we're here. We don't need... I'm not going to buy any fuel because the fuel at the place we're going to is dirt cheap. I could get some data, or I could get some scrap. I forgot what kind of scrap it was, though. Let me do this. Let's see what kind of scrap we get. Raw scrap. Okay, that's worth like 15 credits, I think. So that's not that great. The data, I think, is actually worth more, like theoretically. The fuel. Let's be a little risky with the fuel here. We can afford 1 negative outcome. Like I said, we can afford it. Cargo. Cargo was like a normal price at the other place, so let's get some more data. I don't like the data. We know where we can spend for this data, but there potentially could be other uses for it. I remember in the first game there being other uses for the data. Okay, so not the best, not the worst outcome. Let's turn this in. Oh, I need 7 fuel. Boy, don't I feel silly all of a sudden. Yeah, I do feel silly all of a sudden. I can't... Here, you all get supplies. I know that seems wild, but I'm gonna roll at least 1 good dice. Famous last words. We got it. And we got a supply. Supply is worth it. Alright. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't think about how much fuel we need. Alright, we got 3 fuel. I don't want your 3 fuel. Let's get 1 more data. Nope. That's supplies. Fuel and energy, aka food, are like dirt cheap on the green belt, so we're totally fine having those things be low. Those are, and plus, we're gonna have plenty of money. We're gonna have 300 credits now. Oh, and some good rolls in case there's more to do here. There may not be anything else to do here. Not some good rolls, but some okay rolls. For town, 3s and 4s and 5s are great in town. On missions, you just want 5 or 6s. But if I had this out there, then my lowest one being a 3, then it's automatically a 6 too with my push ability. Bring the stepsil's husks you gathered from Windsong's shadow. And she's pleased. Met her on the bridge overlooking Greenfield. The Greenbelt workers quietly toil below. Sleeper. She holds the husk to her chest. Thank you. This is a new beginning for us. She pauses. How was she? She must have been a beautiful once. Yeah, like, let's not be rude. She truly was. She truly was until they killed her. Everyone must die in the end. The belt makes wrecks of us all. Dark. Thought we were on a happy note right now. But what you have brought me, this is new life. Give us time. We'll need to clear and reseed the biosphere. I hope you'll return to us when the work is done. Thank you. She meets your eye. Oh, great. You watch her carry the husk gently away. Boom! 5 hundo. Great. I'm not going to buy supplies, or I'm not going to buy anything until it's time to leave in case I get them. How have the rolls been? Confident enough to hit the casino? It's funny that you mentioned that, Dave Rutabaga. We have our shirt. It didn't quite turn out well. So this is version 1. I'm going to remake it, which is why I like to print the shirt as a test. This is South Lake Tahoe. This is made like a kind of like a video game. So it's like South Lake Tahoe, player 1, speak of the Joker, right? Here's my energy level. And then we can enter zone mountains, enter zone lake, or enter zone casino. And then here's a little casino at the bottom. And obviously the lake and the mountains. And then here's our quest. The quest is explore Tahoe and win big. So it's hard to see, especially on camera. It's a little better in person, but I do want to make some improvements. So we have our whole travel series. This was the one I made for Washington, D.C. That's a shirt and a sticker. So that's our sticker. There's D.C. on the bottom. I've got Chicago coming up and things like that. So funny that you said casino, because that's like part of this shirt. And we also have, I don't know where my stickers are for this. And the music just stopped, which is kind of weird because I was enjoying that. Oh, here we go. And then we had our Speak of the Joker, Las Vegas. That one's a holograph, so it's really hard to see on camera. But we've got Welcome to Las Vegas, Speak of the Joker at the top, and then chips and cards. So, are you merching out? I sort of am merching out. There's nowhere you can buy this right now. Many people have asked for merch from me. And so I've been enjoying the design process just for myself. I think it's funny to make a singular shirt for myself and then wear it. I went to Washington, D.C. with my dad, and I made the shirt. So, so I think there will be a point in time where theoretically things are purchasable. I don't know why someone maybe would want to wear like a Washington, D.C. shirt that says Speak of the Joker, because like, what does my stream have to do with Washington, D.C.? I don't know. But I'm enjoying the process of making it. It's filling a creative like itch in my brain. I think I'm a creative person, but I'm not a talented artist. So that's the trade-off. Like I do feel like a creative person at times. It's therapeutic. I think so. I've been messing around with this website called Printful. I wish I had my mug in here. Oh, well, let me show you this one. And so this is good. Yes. So this website called Printful, you can order all kinds of stuff. So here's that same image printed on a 40-ounce Dealy Bob. So I've been testing them out. Their prices are really very reasonable, and the quality, I ordered 4 different things from them. The quality's been really good. So I've been pretty happy about that. So the challenge is getting it to people, right? Like I'm not going to ship it out. So everything's got to be shipped to order, because I'm not, Mr. Beast or whatever. I'm not like, I'm not going to sell 10,000 shirts a day so that I have a warehouse. No. So everything is going to be made to order. So then I need to connect a store, and there's not really like, I don't know, a lot of stores have fees and stuff, and I don't know. I don't even really want to make money from it. If I can make like $1 per shirt, that'd be fine. I don't really care. But yeah, anyways, so there we go. A little side tangent. It was just funny that you said have the dice been confident at the casino, and then that's like literally what I'm wearing for the first time. I'm unveiling this shirt. But to answer your actual question in the game that we're playing, we've been getting, I think, mediocre dice and then above average outcomes. So like I think overall it's been a really good, as opposed to like last time I felt like we got really, really kind of unlucky. Like we failed a lot of 4s, 5s. And on this, we've passed a lot of 3s and 4s. So, okay. Let's spend our dice before we leave, though. Oh, okay. So this is a cycle clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we could just sit here and wait for this to fill up, but oh man, I just hate having like pretty decent dice and then not being able to use them while we're here. So, yeah. Okay. Well, let's just buy our supplies and leave. That's kind of unfortunate because, like I said, we got pretty decent dice. We can't do anything with them. And also, we can't complete this quest until that's done, which is a little annoying. Actually, hold on. Well, either way, let me buy fuel, supplies. Boy, it's nice having money. We could. Here's what I'm thinking. We could go back to help Neba, which is here. I was just thinking we could help Neba and then make her way back here, and then this quest will be active, and then that will have given us 2 points, because we will get a point from helping Neba and then 2 points from finishing Aki. Yeah, let's do that. You can always reload after bad outcome. That's what I do if you fail a hack in Fallout. No. So the way the dice work in this game is every cycle, which is a day, you roll your dice. Those are the dice you have. There's some like modifiers based on your skill where you'll get pluses or minuses and stuff. Like, for example, I have a plus to this, so this 5 becomes a 6, which then gives me a 100% chance. I could cycle, which is like finish the day, but doing that means... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Doing that might have other consequences. Oh, there's people kind of like hunting me. There's people, there's like I'll run out of supplies and things like that. Oh, darn it. Lost energy. That's fine. So there's pluses and minuses to reloading, but I can't save and reload. All right, let's go to Far Spindale. And while this is happening, that cycle clock is going on. Hey, decent dice. Hopefully there's something I can do with them here. Let's turn on the quest that we're going for. All right. I don't know what he's going to give us for this, by the way. Okay, spores delivered. I like how it's a neutral outcome. We did a quest. Why is it neutral? You remembered us. It has been a while. Neva appears at a loading dock, slate in hand. I'm a little surprised. You look at the chef. He looks tired. Those sharp eyes haven't dulled. Happy to surprise you. I'll say that. How about that? Oh, hey, Kerr. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good night time to me. How are we doing on time? Wow. We've gone 2 hours and 48 minutes. No breaks. I mean, I've rambled about t-shirts and stuff, but we're just powering through. Okay, it's still a pleasant feeling. Glides over the crate, squints at the crumbled corners. Not great condition, though. How long have you been bouncing around in this hold? Actually, I came almost straight here. They were like that already. Now that I can believe. Didn't bother to bring them to the right station after all. That's true. They were delivered to the wrong place. I have a place picked out in one of the bays to cultivate these. Warm, damp, whatever. Shouldn't take long before we have mushrooms to cook. You follow Neba to the kitchen, remembering your shifts working there. They were long, but the company was good. Yeah, he didn't like us working there because we were too efficient. Much the same as before, I'm sure you noticed, but twice as oversubscribed. Each cycle, more refugees come out of the inner system. The war isn't going anywhere. They disperse across the belt, but, of course, but many don't make it much further than the overhang, especially if they can't work. It's not just food, either. We need blankets, housing. Suddenly pauses, shoots you a look. Tell me, how is Greenbelt? Well run. I heard it was organized as a cooperative for all the workers sharing in the trade of their goods. No chit exchange, only resources. I had to pay you for the spores, and so maybe not. Well, they can't all be saints. I'm sorry for that. I mention it because, well, it might be the kind of place to offer aid to people here. Oh, no. No. I regret being mercenary. Whatever. But waiting for benevolent helpers doesn't work. Apart from the present exception, of course. I guess I can speak to them, but no, they don't want or need refugees. It's worth a shot. But you need their trust first. Yeah, I already have their trust. Here, I guess I'm glad I did all the quests because I could have just bought the spores and come back, but whatever. Now when I go back, I will have their trust. I don't think it's a good idea to turn essentially a farm planet into a refugee camp. Because if they can't work and they're only taking resources, they wouldn't be able to support very many people. You would need a much more complicated society for that, right? A society that, has different layers, not just agriculture. I don't know. I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I've never been in space. Here, he takes one of the crazy spores. I'm sure they can use these. Take them as a gift. But don't begin with the spores. Begin by understanding what they need from you. Trust me. Okay. Meanwhile, I have a meal prep to begin. Thank you for the spores. So he gave me like one spore back? Now get out of here. Okay. He gave me one spore back. They don't need the spores. They have plenty. The problem is if I go just straight back there and the quest isn't done, then what I just do 2 cycles and I don't even get anything for it? I don't know. That seems not good. Okay, there's no quest to do here. That's 4. Can't actually make that trip. Okay. All right. Well, let's get our guys working on fuel. I'm gonna work 2 days on a job. Just 2 days of jobs here, I guess. Oh, I haven't done the gambling. Oh, well, yeah, it's because I don't have that skill. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to do that. Because even 6s have a decent chance of failing. Okay, so this is working. I don't know which one pays the most. Trading hall. I can buy fuel and supplies. Oh, fuel's pretty cheap here too. Okay. Kelp cakes. Okay. Spindle jedge. Okay. Well, this probably pays the most. Let's go for it. 11 for positive outcome? Eh. Okay, that's 11. Let's see what this one is. 11's not great. Neutral outcome is 8. That means positive outcome is probably more. Let's try. That's 13. Okay, so the risky thing pays more than the dangerous thing. All right. I mean, kind of a weird weird spot to be in that I just, like, I don't have anything to do right now. I mean, I could just, like, I want to unlock the next quest. So we're just gonna run a quick ad while we're getting ready to go to the next area. We got 2 fuel. Yeah, I mean, we got some good rolls. All right, we'll do this roll here because we get a plus. And we'll do this roll here because even if we get a negative, I think we just lose energy. Wait. Did the neutral give us 11 minus an energy? Now I'm super confused. Is it random how much it gives us? All right, whatever. I did the wrong thing again. All right, and we're gonna buy a meal. Fill us up. And let's head out. Yeah, let's fill up on fuel, obviously. So we've, like, kind of earned basically a little bit more than the fuel. All right. We have to go here again. Hopefully we get some good rolls. I don't know, like just to say we did. Yeah, okay. I'm actually not super stoked about the 4, so let's see. That would be supplies. We don't need supplies. Okay, let's get the data. Nice. And I don't want to actually use my die on the fuel, believe it or not, because the fuel is so cheap at the place we're going. So I could... Here we go. Let's feed our stray. I don't even know if that does anything. There's no, like, clock on that. And then let's put this in here and try to get a supply. There you go. We got our supply back. We lost an energy, not a big deal. We have enough fuel to go to the next place. And I think, let's do some math. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cycles. Unless you spend more than 1 cycle going, which I don't know if you do. But we'll find out the second we click on this. Ah, it was 5, but we needed 6. So, all right, that's not too bad. It just sucks. Again, we rolled really good dice, and there's literally there's nothing to use dice on here. Can we not even talk to her? Oh, interesting. We need to earn her trust. Well, we might as well just spend 1 more cycle at that last place and some potential loot from it. Okay. I mean, there's nothing we can do, so. Here. Sometimes it's necessary to rest. This reduces stress when you're not on a contract. Maybe there's some achievement or something. I don't know. Maybe there's some achievement. I don't know. There we go. That's literally pointless. All right, end cycle. So when we travel, we use 1. That's interesting. The biosphere, once barren, is transformed. Oh, look at this. Yeah, look. This is actually visually, you can see a difference. There's like dust and spores and stuff. Where the once was dry and gray, it now swirls with amber dust, a hazy cloud. Mask and goggles lets biosphere circling the air play the end of her scarf. Twirling and twisting, even threatening to rip from her neck. That scarf, she explained, is woven from the bast fibers of the steppe silk itself. Great, you made it a scarf out of it. That's why this place is known as Weaver's Fields for the workshop of the Greenbelt. Oh, okay, so they got food, and now they can also create like a weave. which is interesting because I don't know what people use for ropes and stuff in this society, because everything seems to be metal, but whatever. Okay. Isn't it beautiful? Ember Step reborn on this rock, but not as an archive, as something new. The plants themselves are reconfigured. The step silk adapts well to the microgravity, even thrives, and the dust itself becomes a cloud surrounding it. What was once a burrowing plant is now a bridging plant. Bridging plant? I don't know that. I don't know what that means. Like us, it protects itself across empty space, pushing out its new conditions. Sorry, I'm rambling. This place does that to me. It is beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Let's leave the dust house. We can talk more outside. She shepherds you through the double doors. You find yourself in a sparse room, split-like windows looking down at the dust storms. This is just the beginning for us. She slips off her mask. The step silk is already being harvested, redded, and woven. This is no synthetic fiber from Darkside looms. Oh, okay. So Darkside is like the only remaining like Solemn people. So, oh yeah, maybe it's good if we go there if we have like 8 Solemn data. Actually, now that I'm thinking that we should probably save that up for when we go there. We'll probably need to like hack into it. Should brush the little dust away. We'll trade it. Oh, okay, the music's a little loud. And also, like, that was a little tingly. I've got some, like, atmospheric music playing. The music in this game is okay, but it'll play for, like, a minute, and then it just won't play for, like, 20 minutes, so. Okay, this is a natural fabric. Out here in an unnatural place. We'll trade it and get what green melt needs to be stable to feed us. Feed its people. You grow food. Whatever. I'm the administrator, but the workers are the owners here. Oh, so it is kind of like a co-op, like you said. And we'll make a future for ourselves. We control our own path. What more could we want? Silence falls in the room. The idea of such a future is so desirable that it's almost painful. An idea that haunts you. You can spend as much time as you want here. I find the noise soothes me. Thank you. Bows gently. There's something else you want to ask me. I can see it right there at the tip of your tongue. Whatever. Listens carefully as you talk about the refugees from Farspindle and the possibilities of setting up a mutual relationship between them and Greenbelt. Farspindle is a long way from here. It is. You have to stop at another place. Come find me in my unit later. We can discuss it more. You leave her in the dust house, surrounded by a landscape. One of the many creatures born on the parched moon. Process of transforming into something new. Alright. Cool. We have 5 points now. Okay. Which means we can do... Basically what that means is we can spend 4 points on a die. So when something is like an interface skill, then we get a +1. So a 4 becomes a 5 becomes a 6. Or, which I'm sort of leaning towards, we can do down here a +2, which means a 4 becomes... Basically, if we ever get an engineering, it's like we're gonna get it because half of our dice become basically a guaranteed roll. I like the idea of having one skill that's just like you're going to get it. We started with engineering because that's the kind of character we are, but I almost wonder if like endure is just a little bit more valuable. But at the same time, so many times +1 for Intuit would be useful. Wow, there's really no bad option. I'm kind of looking at my skills here. So Bliss is the only one that has this skill right here. But Bliss also has engineering, so it's kind of funny. Junie is the only one with plus to adopt, let alone just like having the skill. Having the skill means your 5 is a 5. Your 4 is a 4. Having +1 means your 4 is a 5, your 5 is a 6. But if you don't have the skill, that means your 4 is a 3 or a 2. I think it's actually like -2. So not having a skill at all is really bad, which is why I can't use engage. So my crewmates here, they just like, there's just skills they don't have. So let's think about that. Femi has a skill I don't have. Eugen has a skill I don't have. But I have a plus to the ones they also have. I seem to never take them on missions, even though they have skills I don't have. So Junie has interface. I mean, really it comes down to, do I specialize more or do I spread out? That's what it comes down to. You know what? I'm gonna go from a roleplay point of view. We picked the machinist character, and the only skill we had back then was plus engineering. So we're going to get +2 to engineering. That might not be good. I don't know what like the final missions are gonna be, so that might be like really terrible, but we got +2 engineering now. So basically 3s or more, we're gonna rock it on engineering. And on missions with our push skill, we're gonna be good to go. Right, you guys do odd jobs. Let's see if we can do anything while we're here. Not really. Like, we keep having really good dice and there's nothing here. Oh, we can gift some spores. It seems like the right time to bring her the spores. Maybe we did need to gift the spores. Come in! The door slides open. She seems paler, older than when she was surrounded by the soft lights of the biodomes. Just one moment. Her eyes don't leave the screen, and she leans closer, squinting at some detail. You get a sense that this is her least favorite part of the administrative position. Done. Immediately, her eyes are drawn up with great care. What you brought me? A gift. She raised her eyebrow. From whom? Let me see. As she unlocks the worn crates, you explain Neba and his work. Refugees in the underhang. You aren't sure she's listening, though. She seems too eager to see inside the crate. She manages to get the lid open and lifts a dented canister out of the inside. She turns, peering through the small window at the dusty-looking spores. Spore prints. She looks at you. This is quite a gift. From Neba, you say? She carefully slots the canister away. Okay. I went to change songs. That music's in the game. See what I mean about the music in the game? Like, you just never know. We'll make good use of these. The tunnels on the Greenbelt will make an excellent mushroom garden. Hey, we've just given you 2 plants, like, to grow. She smiles. I was lucky enough to be taught how to tend mushrooms by a true expert. Who is that? Someone from my journey here, a botanist on Ellen's Eye. She was very kind to us. She would have liked to meet you. I would like to meet Neba. Perhaps we can find some commonality. She glances over their shoulder. But I can't leave Greenbelt, not now. She looks at you sheepishly. I'm a little nervous to ask this of you, given your faring back and forth. Yeah, the fuel's expensive. And deliveries, but will you bring Neba here so we can speak? I kind of want to say, is there not another way? I'm going to say it. We have no long-range communication links to the belt, apart from ferrying written messages. That's all we can do. Oh, she smiles. The Weavers need to speak to them. You make your way to the unit. She takes a deep breath. One more run from Greenbelt to Far Spindle and back again? At least you aren't carrying spores this time. Oh, man. It's so funny. We keep getting decent rolls while we're here, but there's nothing to spend them on. All right. I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible to this game. I'm getting tired of going back and forth. Oh, never mind. This is a major. Never mind. Okay, if this was a minor, which is worth 1 quest point, then I was going to move on to the other stuff. But this is worth 2 quest points. So I am actually going to do it. I'm yet again, we are doing this trip. Sometime today, before we end the stream, we will in fact do something else.
Emotional damage.
Thanks, Kerr. Also, welcome to the first club. So those of you who don't know, there's only one first position. So if you're the first person to redeem that, then you are first. However, lots of people can participate in the first club. And emotional damage is one of the few sound effects I have. Well, I guess I have like 3. All right, and Kerr's also redeemed a hug. Kerr's just going through all the channel points. That's okay. Let's do them. That's what they're there for. People don't use the channel points very often, which is fine. I don't know. Maybe I need better channel points. But he has redeemed a hug, which is our lovely weighted heart pillow. So a hug from me, a hug right back to you, and I do appreciate you redeeming the hug. This is our comfort weighted heart pillow. I used to travel with it, but I don't anymore because TSA kept getting mad at me. It like shows up weird in the x-ray. So I was tired of them giving me guff about it. You're first to notice small white, smooth shapes in the boundaries between the hull plates. It seems the paneling curling from beneath the vents. Uh-oh. What does that mean? I mean, I know I can click next and find out, but I'm sort of like wanting to guess what that means. Are these the spores? Mushrooms. Oh, yeah. There we go. Dotted here and there all across the cargo bay. Mushrooms growing on your ship. This doesn't seem very hygienic. She floats next to you. I'm actually surprised they can grow. Usually they need dark, wet, but also some kind of like fuel, like rotting dirt matter or detritus. Okay. It's hard not to agree, although you doubt the spores and fungi can have a significant effect on your body. Not that you risked it before. We should vent the cargo bay. Voice cracks the cargo speakers. He's flying the ship, but you updated him on your new passengers. This is what comes of having spores and wonky crates sitting on your bay cycle after cycle. Again, I actually just went back and forth. It's like the game thought I was going to sit there for, and do all my other missions while I was carrying around spores, but I actually made direct paths. So feel like I kind of tricked the game a little. They don't seem to be hurting anyone. They float over the cap and tear off at the stem. We know from Neba that they're edible, so we could farm them. We're also short on supplies. We're actually not short on supplies, my friend. We have 5 of 5. What's the speaker? But a few caps don't make a meal. I do like a good mushroom. They sniff it. Back on the eye. Amazing whatever. Mushrooms. You look over the cargo bay, it doesn't get used much. Most of your hull fits comfortably in one corner. There's plenty of room to isolate a little growing area. Maybe some plastic sheets. Or you could just open the hatch and let the void of space sterilize the whole place for you as you fly. After all, if these things get into the air recyclers, you could have a serious problem on your hands. But who knows what they might do to the wiring. They're just mushrooms. I don't think they'll do anything. Either decision will bother Neba at least. His spores are delivered, and you can have free ones to choose. I'm going to say keep the mushrooms. I just don't see how it's like, oh, mushrooms are going to ruin the wiring. If there's moisture, maybe, but that's a separate issue. Bliss holds the cap to their mouth. Are you sure? Oh, I get a chance. Oh, are we sure? Like, do we have thoughts about this? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's not really a wrong answer. I don't know. Yeah, let's keep them. We'll still need to figure out how to harvest and prepare them. But I think it's a good call. I'm guessing we're gonna get like free supplies. Like every X number of cycles, we can harvest a free supply. And supplies cost between 15 and 20 credits, so that's okay. And we have 450, but still. We can take that free supply and we can feed it to the stray. I hope you're right. The rig is busy with adding an extra ecosystem to the mix. Although, on a mission, if we could get that extra supply, that would be huge on a mission. So, that actually would be That'd be a little bit of a superpower. As you leave the cargo bay, you suddenly realize you've taken on yet another project. It's becoming a habit. Mushroom samba. Well, we got 1-6. Okay, before we spend that, how much fuel do we need to get to where we're going? 4. Okay, so we're fine. Which means we can spend this on getting data. Data scrapping. Yay. Oh, is there engineering now that because didn't I just up my skill? Here we go. No, that's endure. Shoot. Are any of these engineering? Oh, bummer. None of these are engineering? Maybe I picked the wrong skill. Maybe I actually was leaning towards endure to be completely honest. I was like, oh man, endure seems to be better. But then I was like, oh no, from a roleplay point of view, let's get engineering. But maybe I should have done endure. Well, we're about to get 2 more points and then we'll have 3. So I think endure is next. I like the idea of having skills that are +2. I really do. But yeah, this is like endure. Oh well. Do we want to do this? No. Alright, we'll do fuel. Because the next place we go to has cheap food. Yeah, so we lost energy. Yikes, we lost 2 energy? Well, that's not going to happen twice in a row. Told you. +3 fuel. Alright, let's go. Saved us all of 15 credits or whatever. Okay. We don't lose energy when we travel, which is interesting. Because I think allegedly we're feeding off our supplies. And what are you guys getting? You're getting odd jobs. Yeah, we're still max supplies. You only use supplies every once in a while. Okay. Take Neba. What is this? Now you just need to fuel? Wait, sorry. Congratulations, you're arranging the meeting. Now you just need fuel to get him. Okay, am I getting him there or am I taking him there? Those seem like different things, because I'm more than happy to just be like, here, pay somebody to take you. I would much prefer that, actually. Look, by the way, another endure quest. It's like it's taunting me. Tell me there's an engineering quest, please. No. I may have made a mistake. No engineering quest anywhere to be found. Okay, so endure is definitely my next skill, because it seems like everything I've clicked on has been endure. Here? No. Oh, engineer, right here. Boom! 2s becomes 5s, right? No, that was a 3. 14! Heck yeah! Alright, this is pretty good. Not great. $14. Alright, let's eat something while we're here. Hold on. It was worth it, because that's how much I earned in 1 shift. Alright, and now we put this here. It'd be great if I don't have to actually fly him. Because, like, I got things to do. Never mind, we're flying him. At least we didn't have to, like, go to far spindle or whatever and do all that. We just used our 5. We just used 10 fuel. By the way, we have been using so much money on this. Okay. I made an offhand remark, but it sounded like a promise earlier that we will go somewhere other than these 3 places. I still plan to do that before we end the stream today. So, we are we are approaching, a fairly late night for us. So let's get this going. Okay, they meet Niba, the entrance. Full administrator mode. Her bows are precise. Her words are careful. Niba responds in kind, taking a diplomatic tone. As they provide a tour, you watch them from one of the bridge. I wonder if they had the same mentor that taught them how to cook or grow mushrooms. Want the growing things that reach stray leaves. Niba returns afterwards. You aren't surprised to see him pleased. Plans are in motion, Sleeper. Niba smiles for a moment, and then catches himself. Optimistic plans. What did you negotiate? I hope a mutually useful agreement. She graciously offered a regular supply of step silk cloth. Hey, that's on us. For clothing and construction of shelters in the bays and the underhang. We're also going to see about settling people here in Greenbelt to work on the farms. That makes sense. So the people that can work come here to work. The people that maybe can't work for whatever reason, they will have clothing and shelter. That seems like a pretty good trade. It's always a little strange to talk like this about the lives of people who've been exposed to so much suffering. Yeah, right? Like, yeah, that's a really good point. It's like, and I just did it too. I'm like, okay, the workers go here to work. The people who can't work, they get clothing and shelter. Like, yeah, these are real people. I mean, they're fake people because it's a video game. But there's a charity that I work with sometimes that really helps like unhoused families and stuff. And so it's like, yeah, these are real people in these situations. So anyways, but we do them no benefit to couch our words in platitudes. Yeah, exactly. She is a refugee herself. She fled her moon many cycles ago. We share that as well. You fled the war? I did. Does that change how you see me? Why would that change everything? Like, I'm fleeing a gangster after fleeing a corporation. Would it have made you treat me differently? Sorry, I'm being a little unfair. I just find there is an exception that if I'm a refugee, I must be desperate. I must... Where is this coming from? Have you ever seen any of this coming from me? I prefer to make my plain request. Strong demands. You think back and forth that a journey is made and the aid that was asked of you, would you have done the same request if it had been so strong, the demand so obvious? I'm confused about what we're even talking about right now. I can see she's experienced the same treatment, though. I think she's less hardened by it. We both have our own reasons for what we do, for why we enjoy our own ways. I'm glad to help. Like, get off my back. All I have done is spent literally hundreds of credits helping you. I paid 40 for the mushrooms, by the way. What I like about you, Sleeper, is that you believe that I believe you when you say that. I'll stay a little longer. She's promised to take me back to Far Spindle with the first shipment of fabric. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. The exchange begins, the work never ends. You say your goodbyes. Bye. I have a couple dice here. Hopefully I can use them. After all the shuttling of spores across the belt, you finally have a clear view of Niba and their response to their own hardships. They're not saints acting from the position of purity, but pragmatists with an intent to change those things that once marked them. This game is making kind of a big deal about them being refugees, which I like. My human brain can understand. Like, a refugee from a war it's a really difficult position to be in real modern times. The game hasn't added really any weight to that this entire game. Everybody out here is a refugee from something. It seems like everybody's on the run from something. Everybody's struggling with something. So this is the kind of the first time the tone just has felt super weird to me, where I'm just like, oh wow, these refugees are, wow, they're building a world to live in based on what they came from. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, yeah, cool. Okay, let's I'm glad. Hopefully they will do fine. Okay, let's check on these mushrooms. Let's see how this works. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, endure, just for the record. So, fungus farmer, it turns out that turning your cargo bay into a mushroom farm is more work than you thought. This will take a while. Okay, so let's get these things going. We lose energy if we fail. That's annoying. Okay. You know what? Let's just dump all our dice into it, and then we'll just buy food while we're here. A negative is only -1 energy, so not that big of a deal. But if we had +2 to endure, boy, this would be a lot better, wouldn't it? That's not lost on me. It is not lost on me. Okay, so now we buy food. I think we buy food because we don't know what we're going to find at the next station. Because, finally, after all this back and forth between the same 3 locations all day for over 3 hours now, I mean, because we started, like, here, basically. Let's go... Okay, there's nowhere else to hollow. Okay, what quest do we... Wow, look at this. We only have 3 quests right now. We started with, like, 6, right? Are these in order? These are not in order. These are in alphabetical order. That's annoying. I wish they were in order when you completed them. I don't know that alphabetical order helps if you're like checking against a guide or a list and you're like, oh, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. Alphabetical order doesn't help to be like, what did I do today? Or what was the last thing I did? Okay, so we're gonna go to the hollow. Sorry. Let's see what we need to do there. These are both scatter yards and this is hollow. So we're gonna go there. This is a major quest. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a minor quest. So while we're here, well, let's just go and I'll talk while we're traveling. While we're here, I would like to get probably a scavenger job, and that'll give us 1 more point. Oh, look at those good dice roll. I hope we can use these dice roll, and it's not just story time, and then it loads another day. Look at this. This is probably the best I've ever rolled, and we're going to just be in a town. So it's probably not going to really matter that much. Sleeper. Jinyu takes you. I'm going to head to the Radius Market, find a contract. Want to get data. Oh yeah, there's some like ancient ship of like the like makers of this system long like thousands of years ago. He's convinced he can find the ship. You should come with. 2 sets of eyes are better than 1. I have such good rolls that I'm actually going to say, let's go. Because, like, we're probably going to be in a not a great situation, and then I'm going to have really good rolls. You watch him go, and sure as swagger might be, you've come this far with him. Maybe see where it all leads. Okay, so we don't actually have to go. We can just... Okay, these are the only 2 locations. How much you want to bet it's endure? No, it's engage, which we don't have. And then into it. So this is watch the markets. Ghosted contact. Sidoncaster went dark. It'll take some time to work out where he's been. Okay, let's see what this other one is. I was gonna say like let's use our dice for skills we don't have. But this is like we don't have +1 to either of these. This is not great. We've got interface and intuit. We don't have either of those. And then the other one is engage. The locals bounce signals off the inside of a hollow shell from a pirate radio stop adverts. Tuning in might teach you something. And the hollow's brass script. Okay, so I think we'll want to do all of these eventually. Let's hope this gives us like 2 or 3. That'd be great. 2. I said 2 or 3, but I really just wanted 3. All right, this is This is not really my favorite. This is going to take all day. Yep. Of course. Of course. I'm actually going to go for it with a 20% chance. There's no neutral, so it's either positive or not. All right. Yeah, we failed. That's okay. Oh, we failed, but we got it anyways. Oh, okay. That's fine. Whatever. The radius... Well, we did it in one day. That's... For how great our dice was, it's just kind of unfortunate we didn't, like, have more we could do with it. But whatever. We got there. And the 1-5 we did, we actually got a neutral. The radius market surrounds you. Much of the architecture of Starward Belt is built on the Solum Foundation. As corporation from the core, Solum structures tend towards cardinal directions, respecting gravity in a place where it has little. But the radius markets have no such bias, and no singular direction. Instead, the stalls in the shop built from scrap frame, whatever. The effect is overwhelming. Between the windows and open faint stars, scrap dealers, street food vendors, data fencers. Okay, it's good. I'm glad I came here. Sleeper. Take a look. He jerks his head, monitoring down the market. Oh, what are we here for? Sorry. Oh, this is why we're here. Okay, never mind. This is the quest we're here for. So good. I'm glad I did this one first. That's funny. I was just like, let's do this, and then let's worry about what our quest is. You refocus your attention, eyes drawn to the dark, suited spacers with shaved heads, 5 of them gathering around. Uh-oh. Spacers are noticeably distinct from the rest of the crowd. Their tight and complex suits kept in pristine condition. You see one of them gesticulating aggressively, chopping the air with his hand. Give him a little air high. He nudges you. Not the stingers. You glance at him, unsure of the term. The one they are threatening? Inju starts moving towards, his eyes fixed on the group. That's my contact. Uh-oh. You turn back to the group, the stingers, and Eugen called them, and see they're rounding on the figure now. Their body language is clear. This is about to come to blows. Clearly sees the shift too. Before you can say a word, he's off. I don't have the skills to diffuse this. Gliding through the crowds toward them. You give chase without thinking, kicking off the nearest strut and angling yourself through the central void of the market. Yep. Yikes. Doesn't stop, he barrels. Never, ever in one of these dialogues has it been engineering. I really shouldn't have picked engineering for my +2 skill. I haven't had a chance to use it. Alright, so let's calm the situation. Neutral outcome. Okay? You hold out your arms and try to talk to them. Stingers gather around you, but they don't start throwing punches yet. Oh, aren't you an interesting fellow, Peter? Okay. Leader of Ember Strong's refugees. Is that where our friend from Greenbelt came from? I've heard that name, and now I'm just like, I don't remember. One of them comes forward, meeting your eye. They call him Peter, the leader, perhaps? This idiot with you? Peter nods towards you and Eugen, who is wrestling with one of the crew. He whistles, and the stinger disengages. Yes. Can you ask him to calm down, please? So, he's got a gun, by the way. Peter looks between you. Do you have a reason for interrupting my business? He gestures around. You're about to jump my friend. He knows the contact is quietly watching with a concerned look on his face. The comment sends a small rumble of conversation around the remaining crowd. It seems the stingers aren't so popular here. I think you misunderstood. We're simply asking for information. I think Lewis, I feel like I've heard that name before, has told you everything he's happy to share. Eugen shoots a glance at his contact, who nods sheepishly. Peter looks between all of you and then surveys the crowd. One of the singers starts to interrupt, but Peter raises his hand and silences them. We're going to see them again. See you around then. With a sharp smile, he leads towards the other singers away from the crowd. Lewis? How about... Not here, Lewis interrupts. Come with me. Oh, you know, he probably told me about it when he's like, let's go to this area and find my contact. That's why I heard the name. Probably. I don't know. Ah, a small passageway. He finds a hatch, opens it, and beckons you both before slipping inside, closing it behind you. So what business did you have with the stingers? You purchased on a stool. Stingers? Is that what you call them? The first I've known of them is when they turned up a few cycles back and started pressing me for information. Oh, excuse me. I've run into some stingers before, not these ones, but they're all dressed the same. They're refugees out of Ember Song, one of the moons of the gas giant in the inner system. I think that's where our friend came from. Their moon is a volcanic hellhole, so while these guys are refugees fleeing a war like most, they tend to be tough. And they aren't used to being told no. That part checks out. They've been pressing me for data for cycles. Ever since they showed up. My data? You've been shopping around then, trying to drive up a bidding war? No, nothing like that. He's afraid of you, Jen, and you worry why that might be. I just wanted to verify the data. I asked around. Someone I showed it to, well, they mentioned a fraction drive. You see Eugen bristle with anger. He keeps talking, speeding up. That was all, but a couple of cycles later, these stingers, as you call them, showed up, and I had to hide myself away, had to run a data business. It's hard to run a data business if you can't talk to your clients. Where's the data now? It's interesting I didn't have the option to stay silent, even though this is a conversation between two other people. Lewis turns to you, seeming glad to not have to look at the angry Eugen. I don't have it. And it comes with a hell of a story. The friend I showed it to, he told me he's heard about the ship before. Mostly what we thought with rumors. About a fraction drive ship. Apparently, when Solon collapsed, there was a struggle over who got to take it. Two execs from the old corporate hierarchy wanted it, and some of their underlings found about it. Oh boy, the wreck you visited, that was the site of the battle. The ship was a hot ticket even then. You think back to the twist and blast remains of the ship, the wreckage strewn across an asteroid. You wonder how many people died to get its path and its golden drive. Yes, that's right. We went there and it was empty. Okay, this quest was a long time ago now. Seems like both the exec got spaced. Someone called the ship later, rather dismantled the ship in the hollow. Okay. Heck, there's probably strut work from the Aphelion path in this very station. He looks around the salvage compartment you're in. So it's gone? Not quite. They aren't stupid enough to dismantle an interstellar drive. The story goes that they buried it on a rock in the shoals, totally unmarked. That's what I figured. We're going to go do that. And then hopefully we need engineering. Wouldn't that be great if we need engineering? Okay. They never came back. Finish the sentence. Bingo! And I've got the coordinates to the beacon that will lead you there. Should have led with that. That's just the start of the trail, no doubt. Get you there if you manage to follow. This is why this is worth 2 quest points, because it is going to be a while. Alright. Okay, continue. Aren't you gonna pay for that? No, not after you leaked the faction drive existed to your friends, the Stingers, and anyone else who's looking. Pulls the door. Keep it quiet next time. Come on, friend. Stingers chased away my clients. He shows up unturned. 50 Cairo for the effort, or just whatever you have. I'll take it. I'm desperate. Do we pay him? Like, I think we could pay him because he might like do us a solid later, but I don't feel like he did anything worth paying. I don't know. What do we think? Are we paying him? I think if we come back with like data that he might help us sell it. That's what I'm going with. So we're gonna pay him. Pass him a stack. He clasps your hand. Ugh. I mean, we do have 400, but I mean, it goes fast. I appreciate it. He looks over your shoulder. Hey, look, be careful with that one, all right? He's not to be trusted. Whoa, you turn to Eugen already gone. You follow him out the container. Time to go get the factory drive. Not to be trusted? Like, I can kind of understand that, but why didn't we stay and be like, tell me more? You know what I mean? Okay. This is so last time we ended the stream as we like started a contract, and I feel like that was a little too confusing to start the day. And I was just like, I don't know what's happening. Do we really only? I'm confused because we were okay. Now I'm really confused. We were in the market, and the market had all kinds of stalls and cargoes and ship. Like, we can't buy fuel? We barely have enough fuel to get here, and we have no way to buy it. That is confusing. Okay, gang, you're all going to scavenge fuel, and we're going to end cycle. Oh boy, I really wish I had used my skill for something else. We got some good rolls. Let's go for it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put them all in here. Oh, this is gonna be one of those. You don't need to unlock everything. It's you unlock the fuel, you unlock the cargo, you unlock the food. Okay, it's gonna be one of those. That's totally fine. Okay, now I get it. This is like a lot of stations when we first get there. Let's do this. We got pretty lucky with that last one. Great. So no downside for using this. New location discovered, it's fine. Let's get a positive outcome, do 2 more. Boom. Okay, I am not going to use my other dice on this just because a negative has a bad outcome. Let's try it here. Oh, 20%. That's actually pretty good. I do want to get this done so we actually can start using that. I almost want to get that done before we go on a contract. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it seems like a superpower on a contract. So let's see what we have here. Engineering! Finally, something with engineering. I can help with repairs. You've heard that the drifting Conway munitions may have been responsible for the damage to the pole, but that's just a rumor. Okay. I'm actually going to stay here. Whoa. So this is where you can buy fuel and scrap components, and I can sell process scrap. I don't remember how I got process scrap. Hollow's plenty of raw scrap. Oh, significant value here. Okay, so if I make this process scrap elsewhere and then come here, this is the first place I've seen it, so let's see how much. I'm just curious what it's worth. 30. Okay. For scrap I've collected, that's not bad, but for buying the scrap, that's not great. Okay. I'm going to, we're almost full on fuel, so let's end cycle. I'm actually going to work here because I have engineering, so I do want to actually make some progress. Not great on the rolls. I don't need much. I don't need much on the rolls. I'm going to start with this, which is our worst one. Let's see what that turns into. Okay, I lost in energy, but I still got 5 crypto, but I didn't do this. Okay. And now, like, anything 3 or more is going to be pretty solid, so it's kind of annoying that I got such little rolls. Only five monies, though. Let's buy some food. This is like literally what we earned today. And then we'll go back to the rig. And we'll do the mushroom again with this, which seems a little silly, but not much of a downside. End cycle. Oh, shoot. I still have them on fuel, and fuel's going to be full now. So that's okay. Let's change them to odd jobs so we can get some money. Perfect. This is what I'm talking about with the rolls. So we're good now. This is our worst one, and the worst we can do is neutral. And then the rest we're good. Perfect. It is nice to have engineering. Okay. What do you mean, friend, Kimball? Our station depends on the array. Okay. Though you're tired from your shift spent sealing leaks, can't help but listen in. I've been patient. But now, with the repairs almost done, you're telling me we can't broadcast anyway? The voice comes to the doorway. You see a woman facing away, addressing the back of a man. Very complex. I'm sorry, Kimball, she concludes, but that just feels malicious. The man, presumably Kimball, mumbles something in response. The woman quickly turns and spots you peering through the doorway. She gives you a curious look. Hello. She closes the distance. I'm Serene. Oh, she's got a very interesting look. I've seen you working the repairs. She tilts her head. We appreciate your efforts. Happy to help. Yeah, they give me 5. Give me, like, very little money. Looks over her shoulder. How do you feel? She pauses. It's corporate cruelty. Okay. Calculating. About the war in the inner system. I'm gonna go with corporate cruelty. I mean, I'm a sleeper. Couldn't have put it better myself. Yeah, this is a little risky thing to say because you don't really know who you're talking to, but she is a pirate radio broadcaster. Did you know that Centistat have started shipbuilding? Serene watches you. I don't know where that is. One of the 3 sisters in orbit around Ember. She raised her eyebrow. You haven't left the belt, have you? You heard a grunt from Kimball, his head still buried in the machine innards. And it's unclear if the reference is to what was said or just a sound of repairing going poorly. We, Serene places a hand on her chest, are the Helion Dispatchers, the only pirate radio station in the Starward Belt. We keep the system up to date on shifts in the system's power structures and the ongoing corporate war. All through the voices of their own residents. Kimball grunts again. Okay. Or at least we did before our transmitter got fried. Oh, is it engineering? I can do that. What happened? All the repair work you've been doing, giving your time to, that's all caused by the Conway autonomous munition trained on our scent. Okay. He mumbles again. I do know that for sure, Kimball. Why else would they come so deep into the belt and hit hollow at our broadcast site? Okay. So they're automated drones, which we've dealt with. Either way, straight after the attack, we found our gear had been tampered with, sabotaged. Yes, Kimball. Or just looted. Either way, we're now quiet. And when we're quiet, the war continues unobserved. What do you need? Look, we need a new broadcast array. Oh, it's not going to be engineering. Serene glances over her shoulder. We don't quite have the reach like we'd like. Where you get one, there's another problem. We're talking pre-collapse tech here. It's not something we can just build ourselves. Yeah, Holmes Rock isn't a bad idea. Oh, I don't want to travel again. It used to be a relay station, and stands to reason we'd have arrays. But there's a terminal there. Kimball's been bugging me to dig out some engine components for him to crack open and use his repairs. God knows what kind of repairs he needs for those. Serene looks over his shoulder at Kimball, but he receives no response. Okay. Now, maybe you can do a little fundraising here in the Hollow. Okay. what we can get, we'll happily hand over. Oh, we can do the fundraising. I thought I was gonna do the fundraising. Like, no, thank you. But I'm telling you, it won't be. Okay, I'll see what I can do. We'd appreciate that. Heck, the people in the Helion system would appreciate that. She glanced over her shoulder. I think Kimball would appreciate it too. You leave the repairs and note the engine components. The wideband array they will need. It's hard to tell if the job will be worth your time, but then again, someone might be a useful asset. I mean, like half the jobs we do don't even pay at all, so this will be fine. Okay, so repair transmitter. Install array. So we actually need both of these. So these are scrap components? Okay, so we can just buy these. It's funny how we have 9 rare components, which are actually much harder. And then we need this from Holmes Rock. Let's see, where is that gonna be? Which one's Holmes Rock? Oh yeah, that's the station that we kept having to stop at to go between these 2 locations. So, if I'm just gonna throw this out there, if I had gone with my original plan, I don't know what would happen at scrapyards, but the idea of going here, then Greenbelt, then like that actually would have been much better because we also would have got this contract wrapped up at the same time. But whatever. I'm guessing the contracts at Scrapyard are going to be like major plot based, so I'm not too upset by that. Okay, do we work here or do we just buy food? Okay. Yeah, I mean, we also do have the problem of like this guy catches up to us, so we can just buy the scrap for 22. Yeah, so we're not gonna do that yet because who knows, we might pick up scrap on our other mission. So what we'll do, let me leave it so that we'll leave it so that this is probably 1. Yeah. We'll make this our active quest so that when I start the stream next time, hopefully I'll remember. I would man, I got so excited that I could use for once my good dice, and then not anymore. All right, let's work on our mushroom farm here. 20% chance? I think we got it this time. We did not get it. 100% chance? Does it matter? Let's do this one because it's 100% chance either way. All right. Like, really didn't do that great. All right. Yep. So next time we will hit up that major quest. Well, I mean, I did say I wanted to finish the fungus farm before I did a quest, but I don't want to wait two more cycles. But I gotta say though, it's nice having like a quest on your ship because you just like yeah, you don't have to worry about like super bad consequences, and it's like you always have extra dice where you're just like, I don't know. I know I kind of did this last time, but maybe since I'm definitely like, I don't want to spend another day, maybe I just go here. You know what? No, here's why we don't do it. We're going to go there and there's going to be like 35 minutes of dialogue, because whenever I say like, okay, we're wrapping up, then the game just hits you with unpausable, unstoppable dialogue. When was the last autosave? 43 seconds ago. Perfect. I don't know how they decide when and where to save, but every time I've clicked on this, it's been measured in seconds. So I appreciate that. So we're going to call it there. We're still very much enjoying this game. At first, I was kind of like, oh, how do we finish the game? Because, like I said, Citizen Sleeper 1 was very much like there is a deadline. Let's just call it 70 cycles. And you're either going to be successful in one of the ways to be successful, or it's game over. Where this game is not like that. I think we could spend 1,000 cycles, theoretically, if we manage our resources properly. I think we can. But at the same time, we've completed like 4 or 5 quests today. I don't even know. So we are making progress. I don't know if next time is going to be the last time. I don't know. I just don't know. But we are still enjoying it. It is a good game. So let's call it there. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining me today and redeeming channel points and all of that. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Thanks everybody. Bye.